All right. That's right, we live on Accra 100.5. All right, Abusiana Theater. All right, thank God it's Friday and it's my day. That's right. Fantine Bakanawa Samaranyan. And I Fiada Busia and I Bojaye. And I Bojaye. The Friday edition of Citizen Show. And I Jinjaya Deba. If you can have it to Joa de Benina, canning up with Fiada de Brow. Muya chechi amuna. Good afternoon. Game. Edemi chechi anu anum kan fo yin chechi amu. Yenim say aguswa ewo mo eyemu dwumadi animu. Now the ban noise making enwa eneguswa ekoso ye Ghana fo ase. Adhere to air the directive. Ye de amajan no. So far the men said that enter say one air kasa say obi ebumra ne so. Enti Ghana for my idea. Ghana for your think na krom ha. Ye dan wa say Samudi bo ama enkana na matena konya. That's right. Ebusia safe na joining a higher Accra 100.5 FM. And I have Fiada the 15th of May 2026. 40 after 2 p.m. And that's why I see you at say Jerry the Friday's edition of the Citizen Show. Of course, the best afternoon political show in the whole country. Jerry Ebro Edusiana Ghana United. Everybody say Ghana Yedia Hana Ghana United. Sansa Hana no Krane Ewo. Ahani Ajenje Ghana ho. Ahana and someone bother the minds of Ghanaians no. You discuss a panel for Masibre. Your friend of the Citizen Show. Be a citizen and not just a spectator. And tina se bepena neba. Me we say dollar na akofo me jam to say jam at the sign. Aboso kan for spare parts for ne jam to sign. Ashan kan for jam motor car pass ni ade de shamo cars me jam to sign. Agoblo shi market ma me for jam to sign. So say a great community na down my Adriani Buane Busu jam to sign. Agloshi market at the sign, Malata Jemane Jamu to sign. Madina Kotokraba kept Koso Ja, a Jamu to sign, Mano. Here we some more Takradi Makasa Kahot to sign. Elmina market at the sign, Mankasim. A Jamu Kodi, a church, area. Filling stations so be good afternoon. Taxi drivers, boat, Uber, Shagzi. Ye chechi amu ina area. Yet must say somebody must feed in out to an amuti the citizen show. Yet must say Sinamakano for letting us your yes. Maybe I'm fit and I'm more 8 citizen show and area. And of course, I bet deliver a Monia resort. No, it's an Samunti and Yawaha. Jaba Abe Ghana home. Once again, good afternoon, Ghana. Good afternoon, Accra. Good afternoon, Kumase, Takra, the Cape Coast. Koforidia Sunya ho. Good afternoon from the citizen show crew. Henny Adomi Chechiamo. Afemi called Jubilee House. Good afternoon, Juma Farm Waterman, Yami Chechiamo. Namincha His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana. Papa, Ewe Wonkwaso. Papa, Ewe Wakura, Jame Shimam Tuma, Papa Piao. Michia, one of the Honorable Julius Debra, the Chief of Staff. Afe Jubilee as for in a Chechiamo, Mumu good Jubilee House in Yina, and Ewe, you want a good afternoon. Afe Min Communities, one of Mina, Michechiamo. The Ministry of Finance. Oh, there is good news, there is good news. Dr. Kessiel Atoforsen. Veli Antoine Day. Mukrom Nifantinia, wa being brutal. And Church Ministries, all the state agencies. And Munina Mobo Juma Church Yaman area. Every somebody the coffee mensan okran and every matin at the man and Kwabena Bobbie Ansah Commander Boam. The Superman, the solid man, and I feel now O2 Dako, aspiring Deputy Communications Officer of the NDC, and I met Yakunya Kasiemu Edimomo. The product team is solid. Mixer production team is very solid, led by Ernest Kwame Kwache. Ernest Okwe we ever be film. Kwajon Kromo a social media journal. What a machine etching to show no air live on Facebook. Accra 100.5 FM on Facebook. Accra 100.5 FM on Facebook. A patrol like a page, you know. Share page, you know. Nafa comment go ebe kana kama near the amount. And then something in that door, so it's as your bonnet per deputy fear die, Jordan, deba and if you're day. Now, make house a show about Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now, yet, Nasnafia Jen Ghana home. Now, Ochana air Saturday, no, near the air the extended version of the citizen show near the Abrel. And also, Shasia Anopano in Siakosi air known to Anopa. That's right. That's right. And if you are so, I would say work starts on Monday. And today, if you are a bojaye, and all kind of crying green. What I was saying, and Samuel Edorson from Monday to Friday, and Tenina de Bro Kama. I mean, the Awasa, what Tina Uhuno said, Makani, but Ginger Ghana home. Obeka Wiki Mwani, Yache, Aya Abronya. I'm a bono, a half for MPP chairman, Yachena. And Eja, the former vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. What this statement about Abonte FIA free speech at home. Obeka came behind here, which I said, free speech in a crowd is a case for law or abuse. As I say, acquire Okasana Yachono, I want something saying, but Dr. Baumia Kasamba can I say, Papa, we who power. And a many MPP 4B Edim Common. In fact, the Omokana also part in a very serious one. Baumia sound statement, not the buy no. A bet me I'm a party no, and losing more of its supporters. I am telling you. And come on, make dinner a huye pa. Because I quite a quarter the other budget. Also said electorate and so 777 tafrache. One engineer. Ghanaian electorate and said your imaginable be me say and come on MPP 4B me new medina say association on the brena or be brena a party penny for. And come on, we didn't want to hear now. Baumia statement, no, a Babema party MPP, no, I lose most of its supporters. catch your why. Now the Institute of Economic Affairs one a push for local ownership. Say a bayan kabine crano, brofo njume wahani adeni yankabo abine enche na wonfa ema yankasa. Dear here kwane sa takwa might na contract na end no a bayan kabine wonfa magani na wonu yankasa enye jumana ema ye. Well, you better san come on, you better come. What's your air Pristia Goldfield, sir? I'm a contract and I am dear. I'm a person who renew. And no, and IEHS can farmer a gun in our own pretty. And of course, I support it because already by him, Mama, or bet him I side Jumawe. Dear, why you be done your friend? I be done. No why be da and see the man obey me aye I do why be done a friend aye boa for be ya boa nkofo or be ya boa Ghana this year na o man penny John Dramani Mahama dear me hu asem a men kan kire o papa no why be da papa we heavy ankasa men Canada say man penny say we Ghana ni a we bebunu from 18 years de kwa obetimi agi loan akosi 5 billion na ode ase juma say as a startup capital hey papi oni we na we have you hey short my bad we hu ana edin kuma. But a good news appear area about 42 minutes ago. I mean, we said finance minister Dr. Kesia Atoforsen what they are to ja. Ghana for Ataje Yatidene. Yes. Because the IMF extended credit facility program no. Kesia Atoforsen in the Doma Daroma. Ghana ya concluding it successfully. Hooray! Atofo say. Wow. Superb minister. Solid minister. Fantastic minister. Also no na dia bia obeye bia na say abani beye bia ya dia woni eje janchiri ma omunya ne fechire bia omuja ne to the extent say ochire bi ne sabe woni eni ho Ghana fo benya so mfaso bi ni IMF say etimi conclude because MPP government about power mkwaje IMF sati kan ede buy no in fact ede challenges awodo ede bre oman no recruitment awodo oman be kan say no ntino na woni entimi en recruit Ghana for into public offices awodo no enu ena eja ema light bill ebo ebeye den eno nti ebema nsuo ebo ebeye den MPP for na be kan ye say IMF no say amasabe je ntimi emfa Ghana for dodo na ejuma empo ma Ghana fa wodo na no na o say yi o mo di edi free ejuma. Oh, Erade Nyankopon. Hey, Ato is forcing. But Ato forcing one heavy power. Wa boy Juma Nkasa. One en call for Mugo the finance ministry. What? No papa the show no kwano. Or your finance minister was so as defense minister. But still he dey work. Oh, but still the man they work. And to Ghana for ya to dane. Ghana for Yatidene Sanity. So Ghana successfully concludes the IMF Extended Credit Facility Program. Dr. Kesia Atoforsen. And see what he released now by Ebeka in the course of the show near the actual. Where we say yes, there is certain agenda. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Adebayo said they are positively affected Ghana for. It's time we send a German to sense and so money why there. They say, oh, fetch the hair, could out 10 to me, Jen Card or Coba, couldn't have 5 to do a diamond chapa. Ultimate cry, could be a force who you only want to do a shady bones, you know why you do. I say, Kumasi, free baby bones, who have a bone swami. A German to say, so could out by 30 CD at Massa, who come Joma, obey me, Enya, and money, obey me, Enya, Meko, Enya, tomatoes, Jenny, or Abba Bonk, or when you be dear cracker home, Abba Bonk, I say, Titty. Another. say ya NDC be boom idea and be you okrum how. But I think it's a lesson for the MPP. Say Debbie say Ghana for be whom more bonnet JB a baby a banner say and no cry say be an NDC for maybe a month to 2 money year. Because the level I want to a member on the aircon. No, young politicizing, me, I meet hey, menya party be a card bearing member, but said your air corner, master said your AC air corner, dear, only say yes. And I see a witness say, governance, I hold on, ya witness be being a submit, hey, me, you know, a memoir who do on about the same call. About where do you do? And to say the SC corner appointees, I check John Dramani Mama appointees. Yes, someone that way Juma Sonamon sorry. Wake up because the president is awake. And the appointees in the most sorry. Now the mechanics appointees, you know, a job more a year grassroots in the mon femo moaso kakrawati. Lend them your ears. Nanka ya che abron ya MPP for sorry na omoka senka say jumei enka grassroots forum ebetimi ni omo dia brain ya ne say easy amamo enka communicators ne kra enkonko kasa wasem we hu but we say grassroots na ye din me pacho apprentice no amumwa grassroots no wate obu akwa onya appointment no ba ne office kra na no ohye hon so no lock hu no. Master grassroots to the moment, give them a listening here. And you'll be an old boy who said, because of a Jessica, one crooked ideas or there. I bet me Abuama, yet me I employ more grassroots. And to me, say, John Dramani Mama, and appointees, no more farmers so FM area grassroots for the parties. I say, when ya 2028 is just around the corner, and they are the same people I'm betting me have voting power, no, the NDC party. Antisa ena etie kakra ewo ho ama eno ene said ye husem esi etie live ewo Accra 100.5 FM like I said earlier fiada the 15th of May 2026 exactly 55 minutes after 2 p.m. and it's the Friday's edition of the Citizen Show live on your radio Accra 100.5 FM transmitting from Ted Dade Walk Laboni. I am Kofi Mensah Okran. I am your host for today's show. Now, the show is live on Facebook, Accra 100.5 FM on Facebook, Accra 100.5 FM on Facebook. So, like the page, share the page, and put your comment there. Yabaya hu ejuma kama na zede amount and tisa ena etiena and I said makano and sembe benana eba. Dr. Kesiel Ato Forsen say what the about abeto Jantuba Facebook the air release in Ato from the my presidency communications what the about abeto eho na me kan kakra na me farmer jan etiefo but you can also join the feed live on Facebook na at the hot na also so what can we said the emu ensem so esi na etie ewo mu na krata no mu ede krata no emu ede ye pa na well I say ya dating a Friday 15th May 2026 I say Ghana successfully concludes IMF extended credit facility program and transitions to a non-financing technical assistance policy coordination instrument PCI. Now my kind ya number nina is my kind number 1 was it the government of Ghana announces the successful conclusion of its extended credit facility ECF financial bailout program with the International Monetary Fund IMF. That is number 1. Now 2. This milestone represents the restoration of macroeconomic stability and debt sustainability well ahead of the original timeline. Now the third one reads, following the derailment of the IMF financial bailout program at the end of 2024, the government of President John Mahama in 2025 acted decisively to bring it back on track and to recalibrate it by implementing a front-loaded fiscal consolidation, bold expenditure rationalization, and strong structural reforms. Now, the fourth one also reads, these efforts have delivered tangible results. Inflation has reduced significantly. The cedi has strengthened markedly. Public debt as a share of GDP has declined sharply, and economic growth has rebounded strongly. Kwame, public debt as a share of GDP has declined sharply, and economic growth has rebounded strongly. Okay. Now, the fifth one also reads, Ghana's sovereign credit ratings have improved significantly from restricted default into bracket junk status to B with a positive outlook, representing 5 distinct rating levels upgrade. Now, the seat one also read, this reflects improved fiscal performance, normalized creditor relations, stronger external buffers, and renewed market confidence. Now, the seventh one also reads, Ghana's gross international reserves have risen to an all-time high, reaching approximately 14.5 billion US dollars by February 2026, almost 6th month of import cover. These foreign exchange reserve buffers provide Ghana with a capacity to withstand external shocks and stand on its own feet. Now, the ninth one also reads, this announcement marks the definitive end of Ghana's financial bailout relationship with the IMF. Now, the 10th one also read, government is exceedingly grateful to the people of Ghana for their sacrifices, resilience, and forbearance. Oh, Kwame bra na de me twene fantastic. And now the 11th one also read, the government also expresses deep gratitude to its bilateral creditors, the official creditor committee, and external and domestic investors for their collective sacrifice. The 12th one goes like this. Going forward, Ghana will engage with the IMF policy coordination instrument. Now, the 13th line read, the PCI is a form of technical assistance engagement with the IMF. It is a non-financial instrument designed to help countries implement economic reforms, signal commitment to policies, and unlock financing from private investors and other development partners. 14th one reads, for the avoidance of doubt, the PCI does not provide financial bailout, but will offer continuous capacity development, confidence boost to the market, and deliver a catalytic effect for fresh financing to Ghana. Now, the 15th one also reads, this non-bailout technical assistance policy coordination instrument will complement government effort to achieve investment grade rating. Now, the 16th one also reads, achieving investment grade rating will significantly lower sovereign and private sector borrowing costs, attract long-term institutional investors, increase foreign direct investment, and unlock cheaper financing for critical infrastructure development and private sector growth. Now, Kojo Peja Kosrubium. Now, the 17th one also reads, Kojo Peja Kosro Emami. Peja Kosro na femi wie na me fama Ghana for cause we dey asem de ya IMF sune ye ne omo wie hey ebe ha dwin wo krom ha now mama kind the final two 17th and 18th ye number no 1 to 18 to mo shada cheche mu bako do what say be Ghana beti ase now 17th one say no here was ultimately this engagement to support government effort to accelerate sustainable development, create jobs, raise living standards for all Ghanaians. President John Mahama and his administration remain fully committed to good governance, prudent economic management, fiscal discipline, and creating an attractive environment for both domestic and international investment. Ebusia na Osha Ra Ofosuf Kwache Felix, Minister for Air Presidency Communications, wono enanensa eshase na asemu amakane tintin na me body tough na me kra de bia me de the last two 17th and 18th no ho na me di hina na me di ewie IMF bibia besene ko na MPP aban ewo so a na wone cheso man ho akire na ama na ehu behia se be ka kwaje besia ewo IMF na ehoro so kwa kwaje besia ayesa kwa sign contract no cross ewo ho no eti ehyehyehye no wo ho na o ma yete asese nhye ni bi kwa no se se akwaje besia yesa Ghana yentumi mfa nkofo adwumem se akwaje sa besia na Ghana adwuma fo bebre kwa na o se yetumi yi bebre na so adi ye kwaje besia hu sem bebre na e na o kwaje ye aso niema o mde ye de menu nyina te Ghana ha ye nyina ye hu ye eniema o mde ye nyina ye hu bi ewo eye krom ha ye nyina ye hu niema sa sika puduo sika twetwiri di na IMF so mutua ni trenches amade ba sika twetwiri di sika eso saka ye fam bo man hu bra enso so wone kwaje ye no adekodia nam so anasenti kura nam so wone kwaje sika no menu nyina te Ghana ha sa amade ye hu ye menu nyina ye te Ghana ha na sa wotena memu na oba bro se ya we fi so chine bi no wo so we busua wo ma enyi o me ba beto ne bia sa tam na waye mre ene de ho den ne bia sa tam na waye mre na enkofo etwi wanim o mu twi manim me ka pani bi wo krom ha na oda ya football ya no anasi so ne ma school a ya na kohwe se de ne ma no omom ne ko school ya no ebedi sabra na waye akokora na waye mre na woni ahoden o de be kasa sei wona sa agin fina na wodi ebukata plan na wodi digana for sika no na eni hobio na woni na fe nkofo etwi fa o maso o papa ne bra bone na obeboy no o papa mo woni kwaji IMF sika so ne betu man po a on be di ye no eda ho etwen nti sika na kwaji de o somde ya somde ye nyina ye hu ye eda wenim etwen eneja NDC aban basi watu no bon kakra enanyame adom yene IMF ewie sune na sada meka no 17-18 na me den wo say sana moya President Mahama na aban and the finance ministry etu we no kojo fatu obi na menkan ye ho no wo dey for 17 to me so 17-18 pe wo dey 17-18 fatu o mame kojo fatu o mame na menkan ye ho no wase sana moya President Mahama na ban etu yi no sese no ebe boa aban no ama sese edi mpuntuo edi aba baako enti mpuntunyo bi aban ne pesa ye no sa bailout betimi aboa etosumyenu a ebe create jobs ebe ma ejuma aba sese e kon be bie ma aban ne timi bie njuma hodo na afa so no ebe raise the living standards of Ghanaians Ghana for asetenemu ebe gina yi now mami ni nkomo na me emra na wasanso de tudwa se sa ade we no President Mahama administration no wase we are committed to Ghana for wase Ghana for but say amemu papa de Ghana for se de mu benya bi atitena papa Ghana for mu benya bi na se ba ne so mani sika so yenkuta woni be kuta so mani sika ne so ye na amasese ne Ghana na ye fe yankase mani yetima ye fa ye dama ye ema woni se wa ma hodo so no aha ye fe aye de edi amamu na eba ne se ya na se be hia hunimdie ama be hia a financial expert nti be kwa homa so na menya ejuma we na me emra Dr. Daniel Sabute a senior lecturer Accra Technical University or the business department. Doc, good afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, good afternoon.
Doc, we be able to there.
Nyango pardon. We be able to
good doc, yeah, so yeah, there was say any bre on our cry FM say ma woni eba abedi eye enkomo. Doc, where there akwa your fielding bua me ni Ghana for nyine ja woni tie yen me mami a o abreman kase a wo tie yen epa cho potokasa na doc cheche yemu we say Ghana concludes the IMF extended credit facility program. Doc, potokasa we no say yemu ase chesen say yemu
Yo, mini abema, Michelle, more, Amutie, a cry for baby.
It's here for Joseph.
Ukaya, Edru Baby, like I said, 2022. Nyamo Bear, Dimpa, ma Ghana nice Kasem, and Shedda, and your papa. Ushe, na the rate at which Nyama Bo, a Cosro, your friend inflation, your Koya could do 54.3%. Ushe kana edi krofo and also na ekosropa say do be na ntimi aka no afi ushe nso afi ushe on the bond market seni a ye pese ya ebobusia ekọ amandwa so ekopebusia do be no omo rank e junk na chese na omo be patches say Ghana abindi might be a car, a bed in say Ghana, buying the betting Etiasa car. Just as 70 years, Yama bet, yeah, Bassa, and your journey got to IMF, Mr. 2023, if I stand to be corrected. Now, 3-year deal. Now, Moody, she say, my setting a year set me achieve. Yabomodi answer that we are increasing the internal revenue generation. Now say ya shares who say inflation the way a cosono yamabu a cosono at me aswano and I'm sorry I'm a few so cram my debt exchange. I mean domestic debt exchange. Emma Crawford said you more investing in bonds, any other instruments, and also cacket here about so. Tikrase dumkra famu just say my bond tofano na niama and sheda anko yi enti ehia say yeko GIMF abusia na to say it means say niama stabilize and na say niama HCA enti the way I call you know share amudi two Ghana ye diso no in fact my men can say abaya to me exceed even the expectations of IMF that is somewhat to me
Omoye manabroso.
Aha, omoye manabroso. Nti sadrum so mo exit here asentapa. Na yenko ye nim no e say nyameka ne say nyama ye ya eni e call IMF for the 17th time no. Em say asua na ma bebre ye fi. Nti this time e die maye nye bibisa eni e be call back to IMF the 18th time.
Doc, Honanka, maybe ODSC, during the MPP era, Doc, sign Magana Fontiasim, a Danny, a bar, ya, Emma, one echo IMF, a quadris, Abisian.
Yo, Usha, Edu Babino na yen budget, let's just say, a Fibiano, finance minister, co-parliament, na, or they got two parliament, and Niama. Opese abano ebe year within the year afe sika ombe raise and as ombe generate na omo de decide juma no na for almost 3, 4, 5, 6 years na every time bia no na I said budget deficit that just say sika en saka no na ensumia ma ye enti na eba ne say abano ko bobusia ya exceed sa budget deficit threshold of 5%. No cry might be na 9% at the count 11, 6, 7 minimum. I say minimum bema juma now you check 1,000 cedis a month. It's will spend 1,300 cedis a month. Baby ever be sound says 300 never 1,000 who are spending no unya fee. Baby. If you buy money to us, I bet they say 300 every month, no. Which me day, which me cheer. And no Eddie Kahuna and PIMS because here cano na and shed on your papa. Almost 100% of debt to GDP. They just say, Oka, ye Ghana, ye Sikasen, ye Juma, ye Dinina, Bomua. Kana edi no night say ye ton sadia menina beti akanina enuna and ye go PA IMF after inflation market inflation we so after ya bema edu baby no so to adi and within 2 weeks we go dwemu as you yatufo ya the price dey na e call so na adwane but say even though ye can say inflation the rate at which air kono above from kra It and also at the end, and also the Yakopi IMF. I think those shares were maybe I any Sikaka cry if you are outside. I as a bond market, and also credit rating agency. I'm saying Fitch now saying more upgrade I'm going to say B plus. Not a B minus. I'm saying B. And also I'm waiting.
FM.
I just Ghana dear Kafo said you the bet me Tiakano because I'm rest society and Tiantia. Now I did back one now a higher and say credit rating a very, very low. And I say we share or more rating credit in terms of young man say person bank loan. Say share affordability. Sika hin na onya every month. Kabe na udi say loan e de ma wa betumi tiaka say osika na aka na de betia loan kitikiti a ye hu say we high risk defaulter. Let us say betumi do be ontumi tia. Interest say be say normal interest near be 14%. Ye show say we high risk defaulter. Like say okay, interest of 14 cry nya de abaji. Ye de be more 22. Because the rate at which over to me before to me very high. 80 when you know can be my Canada echoing 80 when you have a man near copy IMLD and send 3 major ones Madikaka. Inflation very high. I feel debt to GDP now a very, very high. I feel so now to me in carbon market because you can't be 9 to me here.
I see. Auntie, doctor, now. Just during the MPP era, no, Sanyama when you know, bet me I say economic or financial mismanagement in the coffee when you know buy, Anna.
I say I'm time no, I'm first term in office. Nanyama kakra because some we inherited IMF deal because me Kaipa said 2015 Ghana call IMF and I'm assuming office. I think January 2017. In Chitama Mumbai, na your IMF program. That was the 16th IMF program. Nanka I was so cheap. Osha now more predicted with a program. Na I was so no. Niama about 2 years. And from 2017 I got to 2019. No. Na niama eko year pa because na your IMF program. Na data che say maybe I call IMF say ni niama FCC che say niama fifa. Yet you say improvement to me back, but you fimo pet na indiscipline na bakakra. Intimate me can say, never be or nanka, and can some ye and 1 year. Young Fabako has to do with huge expenditure, not ministers no so. Some appointment, money 100. I go for said, look, over 100 now. Ministers no any who can be brave you bet me active ministers no so yeah reduce your cost still I bet me run the economy the way I say it never be say na mo yeah say the uncle ye well the way so can say COVID-19 so and the amboy but even within COVID-19 crampo you kakra what you say it was enough fundamentals no na yet too strong. I say we see that foundation yes solid information fiable so yes we can also agree to the fact that there were some global challenges, global shocks. You say COVID-19, Ukraine, Russian war, but no shouldn't have been the main reason for the collapse of the economy then. Nanyama and Sheda so far, no, Trump and Iran. I'm going to talk about 3 months. 3 months. It's almost starting February. February, March, April. We are in May, almost 3 months. But look at the impact on the economy. That you say. And no child says, "Well, economy no fundamentals near solid. Even though say there may be global shocks here and there, no, I bet me absorb kakra, ma and crasso. But say and you're strong. That be the global market. I bet me a bubu economy no cry. And only difference now a woman.
Ebiso go so etie Accra 100.5 the Citizen Show. And our etie Dr. Daniel Osabute, or a senior lecturer at Accra Technical University, the business department in an Edin. Now, Dr. Emma Buame, the ordinary Ghanaian, no. Yakwaji IMF anko ye no e ba sa effecta e ba no so no e bi ne hende
say the kind has to do with the fact we share the macroeconomic side na say macabre inflation the way anyamabo na edwane no they say around 3.4%. Sure say even though anyamabo ekoso but sheda and janisa so and one thing is to me wow the ordinary Ghanaian yet to me planning yet to me budget within the period omo ekita omo juma omo ye omo to me a budget based on the stability of the economy we nufi honso a me no ye call filling stations and I say cut off fangoa yehu nia na nka ekoso and as say so dia ekoso even though Iran US dokwei ama fango bua koso on the world market no we are not feeling the impact much because of certain nyama bino say they are absorb some of the margins in nyama and all efiso individually no yet me can say make you bet me make some savings. So yes, our savings now making it to me a solve another problem. Now, I think so share the Ghana Nanka exchange rate. Here there 16 cities, 17 cities to get $1. It's all here there 11.BB to 12 cities to get $1. And also a boa especially more a cranium fee abanone ebano at least a cushion or more in a way. Now we and also feel policy rate could do 26 or 7 I proso. So and policy rate at about form to about 14.5 or say 15.8. Policy rate nature say bank bi hu chire na organic to a Bank of Ghana so kope busia boa ahina Bank of Ghana be ko to dia mano na normally no say policy rate no e was so a cho say me no ye ko bank say ko busia ye betia nsimu a bru sa policy rate no so it is a policy rate near 26 a bank betia be 30%. So a policy rate na tiaba form no go for bank ko ji loan which ya be 18-20%. Inti and also tells say nyama sisi year to me boy jadi for afei so wow ko ji loan na your business no because sin hu no e wo form no also price no bebre inti me no ye ko dwemu a no so to me boy inti me ya be ma say economy ni stabilize dia na say nyama to 2 year em say nyina yenya ho eden ifaso ntina ehunhia pa say aban bi ebeba so bia no say na ni economy no say na be a ekrofo ho behin han kakra.
Doc, Abani say abaya good news for most Ghanaians because the previous government no Ghana for enyom ho ntiase enya dobi IMF no because of how omo mismanaging no. Now since Doc we say advice ben na what be government no e wo de esisese ye koye nimi
yo media bema me say they dia me can say ban the management of the economy but to me the minister we go catch say ye wo krofo a omo nimdi omo nimdie no omo sua de omo to me dia manage economy because we share nearby ICC within 1.5 years aban ba so na cho say aban bi ba so no not very determined so person turning things around about to me aye inti ni America na say niama aban ebi shisha say bio eno na ene ama ho kwan say ye fi IMF program man crofo start say omo nya benefit no sa niama no omo nkoso a the kind has to do with the exchange rate. who say Amambia or depending so much on importation. Now one share exchange rate, man a cost a man yamabo yadipa. It is a abano to me implement some of the reforms or the society in regulating the activities of the forex market.
Okay.
And so more cost why yes I did now or to me stabilizing the forex market. Maintaining and I said there will even be improvement of Nyama who's the same. And no hono. They need to fiscal discipline. The way of Muslim Musica. They need to be disciplined. As I said, we reduce waste in the system. Say they be as ikakwa as you and fat and faswamba and conform. Yes, to me see Tanyama who na the say corruption in Yama. Share policies are buying their bar. Share value for money office. Share fiscal council. I want public. Great Management Act no money it is to prove a point say the government is determined to fight corruption one and the government is also determined to ensure say the way Anyama Kono improve. Yes, uncheck corruption, uncheck the rate at which you spend your fika. Now you channel Sika into productive areas any infrastructure. Maka about proper exchange, forex exchange management, and also Yebibia Ebebua. Now, Niameka say normally no Sababi was sooner or one is a duhua, Ufisuna Ababu for bar, or to me so the different things by my own share and I could delay the progress. But Mahunya Mami Elumbi and Fabia Abaya, yet wait to ask whether to me Abuaye. The big say public management act. So yes, I'll share my act now the Abana or say one. Within a year, no more debt deficits and go beyond 5% or more threshold. They must spend it beyond the revenue, no man and go beyond 5%. Yeah, discipline I say holding on to. I so on one can say Uncle J, BBI and Bank of Ghana in terms of Busia and also a discipline he has almost to me holding on to. So I can say, look, may share my GDP, may share the revenue I may generate within the year. Now, no one inform as to Luciana SME Cobono, the 40% may exceed. It is bringing now, but as I see, and some cost wise this one, meaning Abema, with the necessary reforms, new policies, I bar any the discipline on the part of a buying, any young Ghana form, so yes, it's buying. Say will not indulge in Myanmar, I think with the bar, ECG, they are being efficient, Cocoa Board, efficiency, all the public sector institutions and organizations. No, say you focus, say you better reduce waste. Now, you aim, I say that promote to all the public institutions. Now, I'm say Ghana bed than a Kura Ubia and the Belgium of Betna.
Doc, ewie mame da wase eno bre ene eni bibria one yen ache ye da so bre me gidi se ye subsequent programs no de be che ya adwen bia no ye ba waso ye na ya ba beje adwenkyere e de fru ewie Accra FM ye da se bebre
yo mini abema be da se ya me hia mo di mapa
on share on so. Okay, so that was Dr. Daniel Osabute, or senior lecturer at Accra Technical University Business Department. And Ote said one year afa the release every the finance ministry akwa kodu the communications from the presidency aba say the habetum IMF you know suni say the bibia dem to doctor eno man was so man no ye koye nim no say ye be discipline in terms of fiscal issues na the public reform act na mo di aba no say ye spend it more than 5% ni say your money in the year adwuma dia me giri say Ghana e be ye krabehye enti papa no so no in fact what the yen ewure mu Kama live on Accra 100.5 FM 27 after 3 p.m. It's the Friday's edition of the Citizen Show. Safe and we're joining any station, you know. Ye transmit every third that day walk laboni aho ena ye butua ye di show no ye di every hono na ye di ebre jeni etiefo kama ewo eye dwumedie no enso emu me programs manager Mr. Kofi Dia atena say over na design
Kofi
over
say dia bia me nam bia asa kwan kwa che twumi aba office say o say so the Kofi mention be chance so onye show me bia
exactly. Me the car be train me kon na o hyen ye tu.
Nam pa akwami na mani hu ade bi ai Kofi
Yeah.
Me wi am ba doctor bi ko tema amle mu ma me ko hwehwe ne ma bi am ye investigation na ede mi ko pie gasem jata to one other place where Charlie, I spoke to some workers they are happy.
O my cannot be
Meninchrophobia ejuma omoye ejuma oto they are happy.
Fantastic.
Na em say owura combat. I say abona
abaso.
Unim. The last time I who said to RFCC no eye adwuma ya yetimi ema eye refinery yetimi cracking crude no na ye owura awada popeso owura awada konso ekoye na owura combat enso edmo combat young Kwame Kofi
Yeah.
President Mama wa ya de pass o ma young guys no
that appointment amo ye adwuma.
Oh it more combat na me sure no because me do me there me compare me ko ye me business around we na me pen konko san so edi and me ram ko din konko and the workers in fact and the workers ni be breeding komo because me wona before be brain so on my omo. Some of them are engineers, some of them are office administrators, some of them are HR so I asked them, and Thor is gradually almost at his feet.
Okay.
Yeah, crude no. Cranka.
Epija.
Yet me a refined crude.
Good.
We'll come back. Ya me tea and free ni pani bi. In fact, the entire man me bisa me nam for no. Me do tamanam so ma me hwe na musa o. We say what ya bontin so a unya report.
Yes.
Sometimes the obenya media no be reporting na se for no. Also si akiri. Na wo kọ eyi for no so. Omo adwuma no.
Yeah, grounds no.
Na obuso om say ampa de etitu wo media no mu no. How do you also see it? And they appreciate it. In fact, the big cry catch me say at the point no more break in terms of conditions of service no mean as for. But you see, they are okay. And me the American say already more combat. I mean sharp. Na omo nim de no. Yeah, what the year you no be make and I saw something.
Okay.
I saw said the MSS one more heads of departments, no more meetings. And Osha Kika ya the meetings. No to me was say and meeting money MD and what's there be. I'm so more heads of departments.
I see.
See there be MD can wo yan yatna
see a meeting
for a strategic meeting.
Wow.
Yeah, engineers normally na so most of them were engineers.
Okay.
But they are working with other departments. So and that is about Thor by God's grace.
Journey naso.
On our combat, more combat. and the directors and the penny for and so already the doctor of communication also young man Godwin Mahama is also doing well to project the image of
Tor.
The friend said Tor is working. I've seen it.
We thank God. We thank God.
Yeah, offer. I feel Yamra IMF. You're free
offer only mammy a flashback be na afe emra so. Yeah, well, MPP phobia. Omo kasano. Kasa edit here the IMF free onko be bra. Me be say o de bra Facebook na be share me video na me the amount. Na wa share omo akasa within them no. Na one
Mr. Speaker, the yield levy is also going to help with the fiscal consolidation effort and reduce the debt levels of our country. And that also means that we are going to see an improved economic ratings and not returning to the International Monetary Fund, which is the only solution our friends on the other side have always preferred. Why don't you go to the IMF? Go to the IMF. We have shown that we have alternatives to building the economy of this country without resorting to conditionalities that will be imposed on this country. We will not go to the IMF today. We will not go to IMF tomorrow. And we are not going as long as the NPP remains in power. Mr. Speaker, looking beyond the yield levy, government is further taking steps to cushion Ghanaians against the hardship to go to the IMF. Go to the IMF. We have shown that we have alternatives to building the economy of this country without resorting to conditionalities that will be imposed on this country. We will not go to the IMF today. We will not go to IMF tomorrow. And we are not going as long as the NPP remains in power. Resorting to conditionalities that will be imposed on this country. We will not go to the IMF today. We will not go to IMF tomorrow, and we are not going as long as the NPP remains in power. To the IMF today, we will not go to IMF tomorrow, and we are not going as long as the NPP remains in power. Mr. Speaker, looking beyond the yield levy, government is further taking steps to cushion Ghanaians against the hardship caused as a result of the twin crisis of COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war. We have alternatives to building the economy of this country without resorting to conditionalities that will be imposed on this country. We will not go to the IMF today. We will not go to IMF tomorrow. And we are not going as long as the NPP remains in power. Mr. Speaker, looking beyond the year...
The late Honorable John Kuma, our former Deputy Finance Minister, and Anna Wakasa say, Young Kwaya Mefene, Young Konochina, Nempo, Amonko former the other side, no Chandisi phone, and one on Peso Amoko, Young Konem Kochina, and so Amokoya Mebedane car. She say, Kessia to force Naba, I bet you are now. My son so NTA, Ura Amaquanta, Saturn.
E-levy comes, we get our fair share into the road sector. Within a very short time, all outstanding contractors' debts will be paid. And you can work more for this country. And we expect you to speak. You are going to be the direct beneficiaries, and every serious government will not joke with contractors. Because the construction industry is where, from the unskilled to the skilled, people are employed. If you want money to circulate very well in your country, pay contractors. The toll booth, we were getting an average of 68 million a year, about 5 to 6 million a month. The toll booth, all the 38 toll booths that we had in Ghana, that all of us, everybody thought that we were collecting revenue, so that people would talk, every day you collect toll, but we don't see improvement on the roads. We have been saying this all the time. And you are contractors, and you know the cost of even constructing a kilometer of road. So, if you get 68 million on the average, the whole year, January to December, you are contractors. Depending upon the ground conditions, if you don't take care, that amount can't even construct. E-levy comes, we get our fair share into the road sector. Within a very short time, all outstanding contractors' debts will be paid. And you can work more for this country.
And here, the Honorable Kennedy in Japan, as Lydia Okai.
But if I hear some people argue that we should go to IMF. Any government that goes to IMF has failed. And we haven't failed for the good works that we have done in this country. You should applaud Ken Oforiatta. He's not well, but still, yesterday I heard them in war. All in the name of the country. Please. But if I hear some people argue that we should go to IMF, any government that goes to IMF has failed. And we haven't failed for the good works that we have done in this country. You should applaud Ken Oforiatta. He's not well, but still, yesterday I heard them.
But I can tell you, as my colleague, Deputy Minister said, we are not going to the IMF. Whatever we do, we are not. The consequences are there. We are a proud nation. We have the resources. We have the capacity. Don't let anybody tell you. Like when Joshua, Caleb, and 10 others went to spy on the promised land. And only 2 of them came to say that we can do it. And the 10 went around the community murmuring, you can't, We are not people of short sight, you know. And we have to move on. Okay? So let's think of us as who we are, a proud, strong people, the shining star of Africa, and we have the capacity to do what we want to do. If only we can speak that one language and ensure that we burden share in the issues ahead. Thank you very much. But I can tell you, as my colleague, Deputy Minister said, we are not going to the IMF. Whatever we do, we are.
Pick it to a about American embassy, oh, you know, say, so still. One no embaye enti wote Kennedy Japan or say any government that goes to IMF has failed. Nti we di anyame na mekan and just omo akasa omo ajatum nti omo akwedie omo afeli. We live at Accra 100.5 FM. Na me ya introduction na me busa say na abuso kan for edwam etisen esanse say no share dollar ya ama 11 cedi 44 pesos. And as I say, any namintino, sana ako. But Miriam Benjamin Techi Ado, head of communication, Abuso Kind Spare Parts Dealers Association of Ghana. Bra, I for ye pa, bra, a real more ha.
But that's Mr. Joseph.
Say, Biaboko.
Biaboko.
A real wife.
But that's it.
Great, I like your fugu. So Edim come here, fantastic.
Also wife.
Me that's it. Just commander that room manager.
Is that what's your commander? What's your name?
What's your name?
Akunya kesi pa not.
Enya sam ketua. Enya akunya ketua akra. Akunya kesi pa. Eja event dey gusun kakaka. But mama say ejom te say.
Well, I mean, chia wa chef no tie fonyina. Na me chia menua otu da ko.
Good, Ojoso. I aspire to become the Deputy National Communications Officer of the NDC.
Exactly.
Sure.
Otu da ko deja. Very solid guy.
Oh yeah, very solid.
Chia me honorable.
Yeah.
Honorable ko say me pay courtesy call at office.
Honorable Nuruddin no. Honorable say.
Is a block of power. Okay, Mr. Nuruddin.
Yes.
I said, me better na me pay get this kakra. I need him come kakra.
Okay.
If you say superior so but also started from a minute they could baby.
Sure.
Yeah, oh when me gonna phone na me bia. Na me minua ya bema.
Okay.
A national PRO to diversity no. O chana ja okoko ye de wakoware. Oh, achimoda. We be able to me akobia no but ne ko jaye nua ya be ma wutimi nso anso a yo obia no wutimi afa
uni misre bisa wasemo
ba bisa me
misre bisa onza okaya na me
ba hu pa
ba cho okachire wo se be kan de
me ka mo bia tibi me mo bia ti because anabasi e ba CTV no yesa de gina mu ho yasa be ha Eti no.
Na okay so di Jim
no. Oni hwe obeka. Say me say bibia. Ngonwa
we do onu me di nkonwa bu echire ho.
Ngonwa hini ni ya yesi bibia. Yesi bibia. Ene yesi say wawu a woni ka omene.
Ene ya ochina ene ene ejinem.
Eti no.
Eti no akeni ochina ya be me ware.
Ane.
Ai ochina ya ware.
Eti no. So wawu ya omene ni kana menemu.
Zi won kona konyam kra o ti ya zi won kona.
Yes ye ntwema no kra. Eti no.
Mami ti obra.
Me do bibia ase. Ne o hwe mutie. Aboso kan this purpose in general and a business in general no. Also ka aboso ka dia Ghana sam na oka. Ghana edwedi na oka. And oba guta the union of a year traders in general. Aboso ka you control 60%
sure
of guta.
Wow.
Oh yes. And so oye bibi na odo saka aboso kan ya.
No do
sa. Guta you na kasa na e be pull it down.
Yes.
Because aboso kan we are more than 50,000 members.
Wow.
So so who.
Wow.
Now here the way importation here there na. So who sika edi ro member. Na hwe to isa tua ti aboso kan de na e fa ne say yi ora mahama ne na panfo no bae no omama ase enije bia bedwede fom close to 15-16 months on ti say gwede for agitati say misika ehye dollar say misika what be unti bi na ma me fa nko wachi 2025 ora mahama bae no na dollar ne ba oni Dr. Tuforsen omo dollar ne ba e ba be do 9 cedis na sa ko gina 10 cedis sa time no na air ticket from Accra to Shanghai and Guangzhou offer Ethiopia Air e be ton 12,000 Ghana cedis very cheap Saturn na ton 25 to 30,000 because of the exchange rate in it no ko dollar no be se kwa 17 no ro mama before be ba no if it's 17 no get the full cash ya na be do 14 ro mama from 14 to 10 nti e manager 10 ho what is na e be kaso e artificial nti no I say get the phone be anti kasa nti ba abonti be statement say science na ye pick no e abosuka social pick no e kire say a good science na menji say artificial na dollar no e be gina fa for a long time because of say discipline e you to forcing and not prudent spending here in financial sector say we discipline of finances mu now we prudent spending na mo sika se me gina pa na ye de edwadifo de se dollar no 17 na obi aba no de ba 10 cedis a ye se obi abosum abrewa de ye oto de fa ho
de ani se wesum no wesum abrewa wie
o ma me ekwa wo so wo da se o de nua ba fie eminua
no
se ura mama ni Dr. Tofo betima hodu ni sei ama edwadifo de a emfa ye ho se ebobo ka na betima hodu ye sika sem no ema dollar no be gina fa ko na esi ni se nya holding na Ghana fo nya ho beto ma ye pensa se senior sika no be wia ono ofa anye no san wia ka ho na edwadifo ho be kire de ende ye pensa
sure
edidima ene be wie sampa na enya artificial so omo mfa ahwe nka ho yo discipline na ye fast dancer enfama Mr. Anthony Akwesi Sapon okay commissioner
okay
o ma bia betu mpo bia na a revenue a obusa beka
ndra so bi born abaso wa
I say very well revenue sabeka Akwesi Sapon ba ye no eye commissioner general no sika wotimi ama abanya nya because I'm of course making it clear say owura mama ba no on share na mbo sia bia so no oye mputu djuma onya sika ne wan eye owura Akwesi Sapon je commissioner ni mode boy ye de obo uwia me no edjuma we my for a long time
sure
na mi hu Ghana say ye obi say homegrown policy na mi hu bi say obi nti am economy no isika say ntimi ngina yi owura mama ba no say o reset no no the power to me ma Dr. Tuforsen and Dr. Tuforsen so e pon kakama gold board area some je fi lawyer
yeah
any be nya gold board no within 1 year no na Ghana ye tinanya $8 billion
imagine
so bisa won say sika nanka homboto nanka ye de eko gold board
and question pa
yes gold board and Ghana
se kana gold board in who anka
sika nanka ekwa
he
sa gold board no and Ghana ye backbone to see my economy no eto be hwa ebi mu say gold board be too powerful and yet because of being too powerful. And yet because of saying you only do your mind no, you need to do hunu, and you are putting be a finance minister. No, so I put a master major fee. No, the whole economy no. In Ghana no, now what that crap are? Wow, also say you will be a friend homegrown policy a cushion economy no, a good board.
Yes.
You see other sectors in your a building, but good board is the biggest.
Sure.
Now say if you are the Fosika from Ghana commercial bank to known account, can for at a time no, 52 billion Ghana cedis. What the bad dollars man? That time not $10 billion. Scanning your eye when. Now good board, me the 1 year to me make some money. It's kind of memo there. Ghana, we are not angry enough. Sasi kana loan crap or say it me just says can crying. Public account committee. I hear Mr. James Aveji.
No, but asempa no wakano. Ghana, you bumfu ye.
No, yes, because of Sasi Kano.
Yeah.
We are sitting down. Yesika.
Yes.
From Ghana commercial to known account. Scanning here 52 billion Ghana cedis. A fine. And we are sitting here.
And that on known account no on why account wa.
And now you see you also parliament. You be question say. Auditors report the buy no. You cite sa Ghana Commercial Bank PS was one now almost board members in the name bank manager at that time no then I'm catch my Ghana na say ora mama obai no kunya sa $10 billion na etiama edwadie ene no edwadi timi planning 6 months because you nya 2 years here say administration 2 years my it will 6 months ultimate planning 6 months dollar no it will not affect you. Jodini bia say jodini bia plan 12 cities. Salary na no planning. Ntiema we safe. Na say na Iran, America, Israel war no. Na ma airlines no. Emirates ni other airlines nya boa because they say baby enam no. Say obi a ko China na da ye offer Ethiopia. Also Ethiopia baby route no nam no. It is say Ethiopia mo na e kosoro. Na Emirates mu na aba for because go for fa. Because of some written issues there were immediately need to know. And again, time war is starting. Yenya scholars bi ba kokwa me nka say o man FM. Aso no kwa na say o pese obule mi but mama ne kwan. Guys say me techi ado there e bi sipo da ye mbule mi o. So no nko bisa. Say dollar no be cost 17 cedis. Na me ka chen say dollar no cost 17 cedis a. And no mama we fellow man. So dollar no cost 17 cedis a. If man ne che mama for the next 10 years. Because so we say Russia your friends on Iran and Israel war and America war until because 17 because Russia Ukraine war until Madrid cost 17 you see we see how or cancel the final obi or professor from University of Ghana me professor media beton buy and sell na me know to me cause challenge we are it means say here dwede for no mo fa yemu bi ndi agro me can be a platform be answer me say dollar na be cost 70 year for manager mama for 10 years obi yin ani see your mama na Ebola e by West Africa I say West Africa disease ba kokko ni see Ghana ba Ebola to me call Spain Italy any America e be call see Ghana na ro mama na president
yes
na man for adwin kwa dem bebre so nipa no wo de ade man na otimihwe no so otimihwe so etina ora mama me obal me can say John the first you here John the second no e be extraordinary and indeed on say of abetan young boys obo omudin young boys are ye the position obo omudin and na mass assisting economy no and na me no kasa we you say dwade no e sheda anye smooth because purchase power ni ho ahoka ye de to ade no eni ho ni because of IMF issues na consent say wo ho no no say abanu who say no say me more spending na too much even the government is spending no na say inflation errors epic krabia no musika sem no and adwade ya how e policy rate about we term number na 28%. Yes abai buy pen no it is now I think say between 15 and 18% policy rate from 28 now ade ba kwa say you hu say policy rate so any determine inflation lending rate interest rate. It will say policy rate about from there. And so say interest rate be there. About from. And pass is there interest on I was saying. Sell down.
Yeah.
Ewo form.
Form.
Lending rate about every reduce. Interest rate I reduce. Because time I buy no, now between 36 to 40% interest rate. Now say, oh my Ghana, who did ya? Now say interest rate was so say, I bet you what you say day. Actually, we say now no, a beautiful no, I say hope kakra way system kakra hope won't because of say about no 2 years cry. You knew your way in him. But what share almost starting India, it means say there's brighter future ahead of everybody. Now no, you see from 18 to 35%. Under the 24 economy no. You see from 5,000 to 500,000. Then you can get you
18 to 35 years.
It means say this I say America. O share o calculate by 500,000 divided by this a year rate is here now. Say 30,000 say $35,000 or so no. That means any America system you pay. Give you a loan such amount, you know. That means the youth now almost use combano. That means more future. Exactly. Ube so ye bibi obeji bibi. Now no yes wa Emma to na abetu ano so no. Aba meka se we beginner. Untu atu na te go no. Ye ma some time kakra wetumi build on ho. Etumi afa nkofo ba ko menu me esa bi because ni nyina ye how aba person o ye de o cut unemployment rate no. Enti dwedie de the other ban no 24 economy never start na umusi market no be boy dwedie phone bebre because Ghana ye market ni ketewa bi kakra bi pe ye market ni kakra bi pe market e Ghana ma okanshi makola katamanto ketia ena tese esa ena swamazin ye ni market kesi bia wa ha ba yesterday na ye manage nti na aban no market na o bie no osisi no a what to the 24 economy market no there I think say it's in the right direction a ebe boy ye dwedi phone bibiri ena ade ba ko e ba ya you see publican AI solution what ba ya dwedi phone bi a na ye maintain wase abem no over the years you see corruption report wo Professor Mr. John Mahama at that time no omo koy report me you say nkofo bi on tape videos so omo gigi scan ya there omo ne freight forwarders ni bi ni ebinom any traders ni bi e kan bo mu na omo ye de omo ye sa nyama asem no akro no wo ho extortion do so ye we kwame de be fa so ye betimi say sika na kogun dividends ko to betimi age e say nya software bi ana machine bi ana whatever publican AI publican ye introduce ye no ye introduce 2 weeks no abani ya 1.2 billion Ghana cedis see it's na me wo joy na me ni dwedi page bi no ye gidi na me kan say me say who is as a journalist wanga sa otia na wo hwe na omo ye dede no abati me receipt 1.2 billion within 2 weeks because of AI it no aban why bonus onye bone ye afido bia to bia timi asa issues wo ho we aware say issues wo ho yes ade bia begin bia ye introduce bia no benya issues wo ho exactly but the issues no edwedifo freight forwarders Ministry of Finance and Ghana Revenue Authority no 12-member technical committee and ye share every week bia ye share e share problems na e ba no na ye solve ni kakakakra na ye solve ni kakakakra na ye solve ni kakakakra nti AI ni de ababe bo my Ghana says can nkogu individual ko to kom AI ni start here no customer officer ni start here e pepia nkrofo bi say munye dede na munye dede you see enyi ni menya botu aka o oh yeah so just say but some of us Kwabena be fa so a sika no dodo na nkogu nkofo ko to kom na gia betu anya ni revenue target no wo de abo my Ghana AI ene ebo asisi a enti ama edwedifo no ebi mo for say AI no omo ti ase ni we chire eti ase ni we chire he okọ China ho okọ EU si jama ka EU for instance no omo ye fabrics nko a EU over the local international market in the world EU market there was 6 district 1 district which one anti akọ osu anka ba yira ewiase nyina ho no yomba fabrics no auto fabrics wo ho a EU a e cheap okọ Guangzhou a okọ to fabric the same fabrics na enye cheap say EU EU benya be 5 cities a okọ Guangzhou benya be 6 cities because EU no ho na produce no benya less oba Guangzhou benya 6 cities because some transport on the buy. It's in AI no the say. One mount range between 1 to 10. Now never know the abano. What's what on 0.5.
Okay.
Me was on 1 CD. What between trash or mine? AI so mate. Me kwa drama so.
No more coffee.
Me kwa she. Ora EU market one no. Ora hono no. Send a range niti wa bagwanzu. Yet one say. Wa ko Shanghai. It one say. Wa ko Taijo. Fusan. It one say. Me nya folly between 1 CD to 10 CDs. And go beyond 10 CDs.
It's about saying a old no.
Yes, AI be flag.
Yes.
Or flag we are. Na AI not pejawo from 1 no. Aba be say between 1 and 10 CDs no. Yes. Or no kasa man saying 1 man 5 CDs because it says at the auto no saying 1 or 2 CDs so be didn't throw. No a flag. Into but you dey say nyama no oba no ye body to na cost na one kind of crunch there. Or mine no AI na flag no.
Yes.
Nya auto ade no me to on say
Accra FM.
Can say.
So one kind of sound intro na say AI ne flag wa. Ebe page up
akosoro.
It is football 5 city create and betimi aka just on obo 10 cities.
Because AI ne
what the throw.
And na ye di dwan bebre no. So ko documentation too much. Ye 99.9% no. Ye no ye ni swift. Edwerefo no, yizika no. Ye send that share on ye ko. Only 1% and all swift.
I see.
It is a push a Jerry too much. Jerry will come back. No, it's okay. And then you show system the document in him. Near Kowachi Utuano, tax Utiahin, Uya Day, no Asati, Ako 2021. Or Hormona, Jerry Bechono. So if you are not careful, Jerry won't say no. From 2021, Untra tax. My mechanical be look at me. You see, AI see na see ya.
FM.
Ebi make effort on be dey. Omusha ya, omusha first revenue na kasana, ejia na kasana. Omu pull document by. Omu pull document say, they made a big mistake. Oman kasana so dem koye. Hwe. Eto to ya.
Yes.
But Ghana Revenue Authority, nye for mun agro. So who push you too much? On be investigate system no documenting where there on be flag because you didn't quench system no. But aban biaba e obu nani eguso because Abosika for instance it actually a few pe
I see I didn't try
because how your system etie and before aban we on buy no you register with GRE, you 14 million. Annually, you walk in, say, you for the tax, only 6 million. So you ask us, the rest of the year, way fan, kokra. You try to Angasana, you're less than 30 million. What do you find 30 million? It is a car, you to meet you, Ghana free to a bear 60%. Now, could be able to kakra. It's Nigeria for say, commissioner say, you get the phone pay the phone. You need a member saying Kasa. No, Montia see you know, or register with General Mutual Kakaka. The more you go for the to one, not to an almost to about form.
Brilliant.
And they say, Utia Montana one tear in a sea, Ubacon to Ohara. Because Ora Mama by one master will go. And now, another bias one master will go. Say, Nana, no. One bad deliberate over Gujuma. But almost a no in a Gujuma. It's a shell out about a Gujuma. A time Casa say, prudent spending and discipline your finances. See, when one make a kinky party, watch a party. And I'm a free issue, in a way you buy. And I'm a free Anna, your call ya. Ye the electricity water water bill water one I could see a quick latrine. Every quarter be said to let be water be more. Aha. And will be a ban or son dear. May the minko by name ono. May you a film. May you film we are. And yes, may you film crow. By minko Bobby say or mobium. But ye know men not as a young fa. By Uncle Bobby same beam. You see, and then simple. Between a macan. get you bia when you anoma bi afrim akwese Mr. Ross for example Mr. Ross for example shipping line for no you know mo issue see mo charge $165 abai ba no say there be what say me you wa ha me boss wa ha abai ba say there be mo famra 65 ye ko meeting last week ko share a transport minister shippers authority CEO Mr. Ross for example Fatima Gane Dwedifo say 165 no too much from assisting you and not see free so saba we sa ma dwadini a onwo aye
boy papa we 100 ne free so
and a shepherd for no so no almost of course almost mo interest almost no almost mo ntia ase ntia akwa atwuma mentwe sesi ya Professor Ross, for example, I see a born abaso Dwedifo.
Wow.
Yes. Professor Ross, I see a born abaso. Because when you're leader or tini masia, no money could lead him be saying, I'm sure back where the for cry. Some go back to a case debi, would you mean sister difference in 100 no? Or see there be Mun here no enka 65 no. Etine wie baby o bia no. Professor Ross, for example, Dwedifo say man mo any Ministry of Transport honorable
sasika no initially ni say omo genesa na ko hwan mo ho
ship life for say ship life for no ana aban say dey bi oro mama president mama o make comment kwa the other time no hia ni man ketekiti bi e koso ma Dwedifo no e na e Dwedifo
o say ya na Ghana phone e say nemi a wo kan nyina no ye nipa ne bebre na e hyeda ehu ni nyina o say de okay bi ti say de koso port ene ade ne ye hyeda ehu ni nyina endra na obiti anam e kasa even state agencies kra no so one sign contract se ke ba ne bebre na enko GR for eho na mami musa say owura sapon ne niema na ode gu akwan so no we say ebua maban no fotro say kwaye ho ne ye say ka bi de
say owura Anthony Kwesi sapon CM you do mine shining sa e wo GR aspect for 10 years nyame ne hata soro no Ghana ye mbo busia biemu babia po da biemu
so it means it's calibre but FIFA baby
and all Syria no mama kan ko o te say obi complain say hey GR obo ekro ne pe oboa sika bi ko babia papa ne blocking
I see
there be resetting no they drama over mama say you reset your mind we MPP we NDC we CP we PNC no reset agenda there you say after election no campaign no
sure
so first your executive president there is in your support no irrespective of your political affiliation is your president whether you like it or not and the president is also performing
sure
me baby ehu hia me na mbodi no GRE Minister of Finance Meno Kasawi, ye mami lawyer Elizabeth Fosejari or China or Ghana and Dra air China. Okodi this equal investors, manufacturers because of 24 economy.
Good.
Day antra. So o man need Dwedifo
and timber fine.
Be fine.
Ejedi apeja animja na abano so enya so
emphasis. Now so enya so fast. Enye de bia na ebeka ne maba o. Yes, Ghana is dependent of your friends import driven economy. So why at Ghana this time? You say it means manufacture companies were.
Yes, sure.
Now you see it means produce Africa another world and time.
Yes,
we can do that. I'm not so yebi.
Oh yebi.
I don't mean.
That's why yes, a ceramics our salt pond. You know, any bowls, cups.
Just say we can do it. We can do it in this country. Internet, we can do it. Now, as almost a spirit of Kwame Kwan, Abeshi Rama Hamamu.
Okay.
Now, when Yankrophobia, almost back in.
Okay.
Now, share chief of staff will say, oh, who say now.
Oh, yeah, June.
Because on the administrator, Abino. Now, when you're good chief of staff, I said, we need to go so. And to all credit will be Anna. Apart from credit, John Hammer, present. Now, near agencies, any ministries, any institutions. Now, yes, I the credit chief of staff.
The Honorable Julius Deborah.
Exactly. And then the party executives on also. Yes. Because so many cabinet meeting.
Yes.
So Johnson Kwadwo said in Ketia. Chairman General. Okay, or cabinet meeting. because our chairman party no omu ideas and ede ababedu say no in the chief of staff there ultimate yini free mu da sasa na Ghana ni omampanyi joma na wachoke no chief of staff ultimate yini free sin cheda will play major role Dr. Toforsin Anthony Kwesapo and a trade minister there they are excellent.
Okay,
they are performing.
Chama me jamu wako finally mamiti o final message na fi minja na amene abedwafo enhye yenkomo twetwe no ase.
Oh well, me final message and say we the event here because anapa me ba mo TV station no. Sure. Sako abusoka ba ko emi TV asem samba because e break akra. Ne me kan say Ghana for mo me nya abotre na say IMF na ye say ye extend bi mu no. Onu kwa na say ye me dey because ye light water bill no o say na amafo complaining and na ya na amafo we say obi ne dey ko she sanko asu no mu.
Okay.
And na America say by June July dey August dey ye bi reduction e your water ne electricity and sense no because of say say ye free mu nkwaso mu no eti Ghana for no obi anka na kuma to yim emepa ne ene hyepa o enim o man ye yi a eye ma nyina o say anye yesu a ese ma ye nyina o hwe countries a wo esi nyina na esi a e affect obi a
sure
enye say group wo de wo ne ba ye de be ye two bullet na
e ka obi
a eti momi support president no no to be subsidy no man fa nto paye de infra eti ne mekan say Ghana fo ne adwadifo no obi an enya abotre kan akoma to ne yam ubetimi akrotase government no but sometimes no eya ntro no esi antro no enya adwuma this time biom lies can never defeat the truth oh my Ghana enya esisa biom michia oransa meje fi echi ba wakọ na ase yi bebe obi a michia oransa meje fi okay michia papa enejuma pa oye na wa hodu party na koma
Accra FM
apart from wa hodu government was hold party na koma
sure
fusu jesu wa hodu no betima hodu
I know pa
it's not easy
I know pa
for that young boy
I know
no team hodu party na dia e say e bona baso
sure
eti mi chi obi bia
mate better say amani otene kan Owura Benjamin Techi Ado we head of communications ma abuso kan spare parts dealers association so we kan e dey atuja no ma guta no waka ho yie papa Matia say guta ma abuso kan 60% me wa fabi wo ye fene ankre bobo o abuso kan ewie ma me enchi na me enchi policeman ma sa ena etie Accra 100.5 FM the Citizen Show and Jade Ebra 12 after 4 p.m. I can say Owura Nuruddin Kwabena Ansah where the incoming NDC Central Regional Communications Officer hopeful Watanasi Ewaha Sanso and Amami Janet Nabila leader of People's National Party Chairman so atenase and so ewa intimate time ho kakra bi na maba me ba me ne abedwafo ebehye enkomo twetwe no ase safe and wa join ya Accra 100.5 FM.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Hey, say the Mako who Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no. Me who crave me. Say enunti no manya award wa. Eye word best. Obian transe Emma Dumpem ya de. Ka say anase me boya de enkan to dem bio.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Asa nyarwan te say. Ne ekuro etu no. Ne enkan ewo nanum. Oba na be mo pa wo. Ene enyarwan kaye.
Nansi ma me ka say ene spinal cord ho ekaye no. Greenfield ada romanti ene wasa so de gina na so ebiem.
Greenfield Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our ultra modern laboratory and a diagnostic machine, sir. I should share the pediatric Mwankasa. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our Nungwa Dogon, Estate Junction, last stop. Frewa 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898.
Greenfield.
God is our healer.
Greenfield.
Your last stop.
I believe. Over 1900 matches brought us to the football finals month. But history doesn't care about the journey. It only remembers how it ends. The Premier League, Betway Prem, UEFA Champions League, Serie A, La Liga and more. 8 trophies, 1 month of mayhem to decide them all. Stay connected and watch GoTV to catch the football season finale this May. It's on.
Good energy powers the things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Goyle, good energy.
Ghana so by track kokro. Nanso, ni man penny ya bakope. One big Ghana, only one president. Esan say, bako fonsan so nyankopon eni katenti. Wo, enjai Ghana memuo, eni wuye die enche MPs, eni politicians nesa. Kasa utri huo, yo, Ghana yensom, uhunu bribia, kebribi.
Jonathan, meet you. Masupa, minki munka hodo nom, amaba be serve kwa ba, yampa ba, ye boso tie ni.
Maya die sama yampa ba. Ghana yensom, aha, na Ghana kasa.
Yes
sir!
Oya timanka, oya bakuna.
Kagum.
Kagum.
Ghana Yensom, let's hold leaders accountable.
Ghana Yensom with Chief Joy Forson, CJ, 5:30 to 10 a.m. Monday to Friday. Our Accra 100.5 FM, Tadi 99.1. Any stations in Kayeni now.
Ghana Yensom, Sofa Namen Sofa, Accra 100.5 FM, at Demufua.
Powers the things that people do to empower themselves. It fuels families, communities, businesses. Good energy fuels nations. It gets things going and keeps them moving. Good energy isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Goyle, good energy.
Unia? Tie masem yebi. Mene ya bema ye juma wo broni krom. Dakro ya show baby ho ofe din no tiem. Ah, oba, ho ofe. Na sa obetwea mame a aswe mesomo. Ebi suma ho ofe. Ebi sum sika. Na minsre mi se wo why na osum no. We are say we ye dianya obesum bibi. Nyamesompa with a PNT. Anisha.
Okay, so live our Accra 100.5 FM here transmitted from Ted that day walk Laboni at the Friday's edition of the Citizen Show. Of course, show no air live on Facebook, so send your messages via your official Facebook page. Accra 100.5 FM on Facebook. Accra 100.5 FM on Facebook. Now before that, I mean reading some of your messages on Facebook. Now for aboa jumedie no ma eso Paul Amena Soji was a good afternoon Ayuko. NDC is the best future for Ghanaians. MPP never again. No the emoji oja wade akaho amayen. Na Ofori Delali was a greetings Accra FM. Yeah, so yeah Joe so Paul Obey well media wade aba. Kwadwo sa kwa ni yini biblia free ho emame na yento aso na Emakojo was a bro. Good afternoon. Welcome Emmanuel Akaso was say I'm watching you live from Navrongo community. Call Gumongo and I watch every we're grateful for your time. Now Nicodemus Senor Agbanun was say bro good afternoon. I'm watching you live from Asaman Kese. We appreciate your time. Isaac Zion up here was say excellent job. Enten in the course of the program making kind ama also so koswa na fa ode ebra odeba medin kama na makai na fe mede amon live on the radio na mame enkai was saying if we are simu yewe anase Ghana ha ye tesesi no se factories arise here eyen ene ye bo factories no ehon eban tie nie pa se factories arise here eyen ene ye bo omo eban sanso so ena se business ekonenima yen ene ye garden business ne dama se ebusuafo investment ewo ade ehia omo papa yen ene ye sike ebusuafo e dreams your friend saying your friend SIC State Insurance Company. Now for over 60 years in and SIC. In fact, omo ashel de Ghana for SIC built on integrity. Omo reliable. Omo sanso ekepa. Efa Ghana for omo insurance from motor to fire, accident to travel, marine. And then bibia diebia o value biano. I was we insure with confidence. And so be insure so I was SIC and so when you omo ejuma, you need to insure with care. It is a beba sa. You have to insure with SIC Insurance Company omo ena ebetimi abuawo from 0800 100 055 anasa when a broker anasa license agent be ND enkomo ene ya premises also de yento ya pomu obetimi ajoin ye na wode enkomo twen abaho na ye no ebedi enkomo kama yepa na enkra de debia mekasa ha akoye Ghana abrochi isansa utu kwan a he na dodo na pese wone eba na ya na de eja ewon kran krom hanom ene se eja ma obetoto enioma obetoto nioma na eja watitu mawire menye sika kakra no pese wodo to asase na akọ ye boachi bidin in fact na akọ ye dendende ye pa ho asem ayedin na so yame encha de Heart Builders aba wone ewon sase a enkrata na genuine sase no ade ya register mentino problem bia enihu obroni ekasa litigation free maso twe bia eni wone sase na eho wone eobi ewo ningo chopoli shy hills and afi dawa ni na se sase ne bi ewo ho na wone sanso ede ehye papa egu akwan so obetimi ede etua obroni se flexible terms of payment na wose asase ne bo no wode obedi kan etuemu efa na se utua efa no ewia na afi nkaya aka na wode afi bako anase bosumisia na wode etua from 0241 665 200 0241 665 200 and afi 0540 226 276 from wa obenya eye asase a asomdwe ewo ho abejafo atenase ene se dem di kan ebra na me introduce show no ma ensama egu apon so Ghana yate assembly sansa the finance minister kese atofo se da betu dwa se Ghana ma se de IMF no ma ya complete the IMF extended credit facility program no ama se de oman no ama ye ho atoyen ho ye bewura eno so emu na ye di ho enkomo now the IEA and so no se de omo push for local ownership of natural resources as se no oppose the renewal of Goldfields Prestia mining lease you know anti eno se be di enkomo and then again the 24-hour economy no se President John Dramani Mahama amyati say Ghana for ye youth from 18 years to 35 years no obia ebetimi apply for loan na obetimi ajejodo as more as 5 billion as a startup capital and I believe so youth no ebeboaye pa President Mahama ya de ente mebuna munti o se dia emu aye de entena wonka se minister enforcement show demini fam and dra no bitia eka boys pebe 2000 keke kra no de ase bibia se de ye bibia jana ayeden e de amano but President Mahama the 24-hour economy na wode eba no wo sese no ye youth a obetimi age loan from 500 cities to 5 billion. Now wait me from 5,000 to 5 billion. Now eja wait me now also as startup capital with the aje ejuma. Mame consider me kind ma owura no redeem Kwabena Ansah the incoming NDC Central Regional Communications Officer. Hopeful what na say sanso ena mame Victoria Naima Abdullahi where Ayawaso West Wagon constituency women's organizer what na say kama ena afe mia me mame Janet Nabila leader of the People's National Party. One atenase Oranudin Bibi Abokode.
Onyamin today impa. Zadachi. But not one kind and now say.
Exactly.
I am going to Candanumpa no Osha not autobus which shall come. See, I am not yet an assay. Fine. Nada Roma.
Good. Then you may assay. Say why any day am I? Now Mavic. Afternoon.
Good afternoon, Medofopa.
Bibi Aboko.
Nyankopon de Bibi Aboko.
Oh, fine.
I was we so gone so no. You want to pa.
I see. I
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Memono. I affected him positively.
Oh, wow.
I must say no yatete niema so.
Good.
I feel so your mofa na eko school no. Omonso de anigye na eko school. If say your MP Honorable John Seto Demelo the interventions biaba. Ah de boa mofa no. Sene be a busumi bia no at least omo be tasty Ghana cocoa na omo so ehu sene ne de esifase na anu ya so ko chempaboa edema eye youngsters no e ma omani agi ye pa ntia ye waso die ho ye boko e ma so nyina so ani agi eye Mothers Day atwemu no ye MP chef no na me so Nyankopon adaroma na me so me chebi edema e ma no enti no ye beda ye mpenimfo ase se ometimi ama yenya sa ahotosue a ama yenso yetimi ehu se no Ghana ye kan ho.
Me that say brilliant one there. Victoria Naima Abdullahi Ayawaso West Wagon women organizer for the constituency. And just a way you pa is the gon hina o na to okay kan oh yes so say must stay wa jinga no pain
ajinga no nka
o tan kan okay
ye hono we do East Legona ufi police station hono usania badam American House no akọ enima kodu baby a ye fe ne say tumesi run about e wono
okay
unya du hoso na say hoso de wakọ akofa UPS kwan no enti kwan e che ye ne adentamu no American House kwan
okay
no na che ye ne adentamu
that's better so that was Victoria Naima Abdullahi ma Janet bi boko there
awo Yesu di mu boko awo Yesu di mu bibia ye boko
so Yesu di mu na e wo say wo ana bi ana
ye hwe de ekoso a mene mo kese dollar akọ disen almost dollar a depreciate and CD appreciate nso so wo kwadwom kotonyema yenhu sa depreciation no yenhu sa appreciation no it has not been easy at all. De bia ya me catch my sister say Maggie Cube box na 27 Ghana cedis sisi aye 40 Ghana cedis na first no anka wodi $1 who kosisa during Nanado's era 17 say won for 17 cedis nkosisa $1 na yet omoto ade ba yet 27 Ghana cedis na sisi a wodi $11 ko a wo benya $1 na wa kokoto aba sisi a yet 40 Ghana cedis ye kwe nim ana ye kwe nim ana ye bechi nti we mu nyina nsempi na ewo ho a atufo na osua ne disen ne inflation ne low inflation rate a yepese yenkasa osi me yenkasa nti me be ne die ya kom na ehwe koma na ye
interesting. I think Janet Nabila leader of the People's National Party and Yatinikan. You have a short conversation I say na mame ene Nuruddin and Shasi. Papa anyway asem da yate from the finance ministry. Mame jeka kra every hot na fi we be bia ode ebefano na ode atwa so me the issues no me de ato eja ma sese eja da no abro ye chi ni I say we say Dr. Baumia release krata what kasa yabasha and then I won't push it for local ownership and again 24-hour economy see the bet me akọ follows but mami tio on the IMF no mami entio.
Well, Commander ma Mr. Kanamanda Ankwankra wote ujumeze mendo bibi arasi.
Na but your mami said if him fan kasa.
I see. Abo fala.
I see fidna.
If it now, oh, I see. That's right. No, connect or
oh, sure.
Now, Mumfa Kenya does an amanda production team no so I say in a one casasso. In Chiam Quancosa would take Mezzini in ara. No coin your many in Chandampo the whole day, not Chinampo Dikisi 2028. San today, any opposition party in Biampara Casa. Jawanya but that's how I'm gonna say. From Inde. Dikisi 2028. Join the opposition party in Bia Casa.
I see. About India.
And there, Abra Ghana record, I think the 17th or so, IMF extended program and the credit facility. 2015 is it? Your mind. Na yɛtsen nsɛm so a ɔkɔdo yɛtsen nsɛm a nkɔfo kaiti a ndc aban nkɔfo mpa a wɔmbra na yɛndwen de yɛnya za yɛfa no homegrown solutions dɛm nkɔfo no mpa wamba but imina dɛm the same nkɔfo na so was there dɛm abia yɛkɛsɛ yɛnzi 1 year 6 months dɛm nkɔfo was there mo ɔkɔdo Ghana bia wo hui.
I see.
That's serious. But it's a selective in identifying things that you think they're unsustainable.
Yes.
Why bring your basic ones are be around. The butuma for taxi driver be a catch out there. And a Uber and any other transport owner. No catch out there. Fuel na yet on as at December 2024. No price on under yet. And Xavier Tafeche, my sister, okay, say, or come Maggie, I'm in the Maggie. As my year, when I'm here, my water. As I say, when we feel like my pet poison, maybe. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Every Maggie no book or so about affect me.
But you'll be affected, but so visit Maggie.
John, no, Pedo, or General Banton and Nana Sama. But the things that affect many people, that is what we should be interested in.
Okay.
I went for car. Petrol wanted to do.
Oh, yeah, sure.
As compared to December 2024, petrol on the other item. And we need to look at some of these things in a very serious ways. Not maybe I had a bad day as a cancer. Because this is only to me about in Jata.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Able to be about Toli. And this is a democracy. To Toli be about free. Baby, I should be about far. But the basic thing is that Oda in na yɛ there ankwankwo na wo fomen awonso za ohia wonan are they getting it from this government?
Okay.
This is entome mbu kwampo na anhwechi there ana nkwafo are getting some change na ekwa na yebe this is the mabri enne dam atadwi ya dan nei.
But Mami Chan, Mami Emma for and to say, Yenia Mahmoud Kabori, Aba Abedu Elfiha, and also Ebe joining a table, no, or a spokesperson, Emma, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, Ababidu, if you Emma Kabori, Akwaba, na Afimema, on 2 hours. Kabori.
Abuzapeni.
Mina, you have a call there. Microphone. Joe Mammy dear Kakra. Now, at the same, don't me out the more palmo. I say me Tanabia, now me Guso campaign, Matissa Ashanti Regional Communications Officer. But there's a baby saying about Queen, but my family knew who ye. Grounds to say.
So far, so very good. What him say, Sabi, would the team papa here? Baby, I see. The young say, suppose in a small match. We say we have to travel to farm.
Sure.
A man who could ye.
Yeah.
Well, but who could position internally, we say. You see support from outside.
Okay.
So it's been good. Shaka, the physical treaties, really, we've not seen a BRC or show interest.
Okay.
A corner, sir, so they are on the former canal. It could be an on post.
Yeah.
it's a democratic field. It's open. Even the last minute to close out of nomination will be so.
Trinity.
But as it stands there, it's willingness to appeal for service. Until you say, "Mami, it's not a do or die affair." But I'm very optimistic. Say TV at inshallah. Sure. Would you say communicators all over the world are supposed to be the torchbearers of political parties? Because no matter your fine ideas, your policies, maybe even your achievements, say Kasamafu for one to me uncle Thomas and Panoa. At the said the Bible, your cousin was so canias now, dear shit, can hear be as yes. And its name will be a so it's a very important department as far as political development or political parties development is of consent. Yeah, no be yes, a bopper to play. A Santesa to play, we need to. Yes. Then should they be a Kuma Prawad in the Buffy? Sure. Chocolate. Chrissy, I know Chrissy. Of course, that you know who happened to play this. I just a Bofoku, and I'm up to present number of work. So we might not have the absolute and final say, but we'll make sure that the Ebekano will call development. Sure. The Ebekano will bring unity. Sure. The Ebekano will bring that togetherness. Now, Saga will be a better one. Will be the Benkumo who is in new generally find a town for no. Through political communication, not just political communication, positive political communication. I can't remember see a phone back home. A drew so I'm a wow. But be one from afar and from behind. I'll criticize you constructively. But be away in the year, a wabble basso. Tell you, may to force your basso. I mean, 7 years by the mammy. Nabila say, be why ye, if not had it 100%. Said the Maggie keep every 27, I go 40. So now your road was roughly 9,700, about 7,000. And so it might not affect every aspect of the economy as a whole. And yeah, expecting a crack. Marty. So we are looking walk around Yatiso. Lot of air cry Yatiso by 15%. Petrol no everyday life. And also that's what take a crack. So Yenya Rich Musa said the petrol so dear tea. Maggie keep was also dear. Maggie keep look Ramunyadi. And Mamma, my memo, my I said that was Mahmoud Kabori at Twasso. Yes. As a Kabori, no, Maggie Cuba, 7 over. You do so politicize about Maggie Cuba, no prizes. What governor says that? I'm a governor, so I practice. About that, I say. It's a go for I don't own young one, what Ghana hanging there. Maggie, no bar, sir. I bet let you not tell become a user. Maggie. Ah, on the Bonawako, sir. Milk and swag was so. And the milk is easy. I don't want the milk. I bet yellow. No, milk is good for children to grow so that they can have intelligence. Milk is very good. I will not ever bra. It is a carabi. So what color could you on years on the mount? Me put my conas and abba. So no Toman Colani. No, Master, I will walk color could you know no years on the mount. I ban no bay and what's for do. I ban no ax will do. Man, you may not do put my quack or brana Tomacama from her. As the Chimag you say the book quantum. It's a book with the Benum Suman for 5 yellow on the buyers. Abba, seems sent there. Into other ways in that. Oh no, I can't Korea was say was say as no cry. Why in such a way? Into Georgia, you put into one country. But that's good. Until the President Chiganto Banancha by this time, you want. Mwesi, but why? In the 2015 extended credit facility. Now, although ending April 2018, and I hear them here. Hear them here. Ah, but why? Yantina had a way extended now. Now, you want time? No, what to make you that? David. Zabazan was extended 1 year. And then them windy. So don't end the data. Oh, yeah. Although I ended that. But because they extended the 2015 one for 1 year, now you could put on someone. Na yansam na waba na wa IMF program odo mbemvo se da sunim tum na was mono waje but what the man ehwa nche ehwema na nche akada ati bebe we do ize most mama kasa hon nche inu na wan kwese nche ne bi we efira na ye ka da no nya sabi ta fa cha adwe na ye ka fa na eze ebu man oh yeah
wanko
no ko to
me mo ya mebu ho mo wonya tachama dead da Ghana from to aba ho 2016 na watena do na Yankopon no tia ho ka na ho kyereba na wasane ko IMF bi but azekura enne amina wo yinara ya ho sabi adase onenye de program na end na bani owodi also what room kisin bo onko bi mbotata why on kwadanda that is why we have to delve into Maggie the man Maggie politics lambada see why aza word no awe pia hwotene na da chibu asmo bisi nti wo kwa kasa wu bi na wa package ndama na waza bra hinda by force there oda Ghana for ya da meji nti sisi amenyi wo kasa eze say what to cry there's one for sister don't know that mahona don't feel the merchant kwanya wanyezi mbotata say na aza was a economic mazaya was it a bad don mayor na wentum anya mfia wotwe ato force and was our tour force why I nje enyim there governing onye honorable ato force nje unzile sa ya Ghana fo hwana mpaibo na hwanyu azena nje MPP fo adwene bonenti nje wajele hon check
oh yes
check yeah amon kofi enne na mebieni a wotumi wogina hwana nanando wanye hone team aye adwuma from various sectors of the governance structure on the nende Ghana nya jetum ba do me ye there mante MPP biara no pay anawi abiyo adina ye na dawo man chorbo se ntuntumi nkancha hende so na woma ya tan hen kale TV is a quarter black and white ya de dama alaji bai alaji so waka cha hende ona obobo e ma hen sidin
also obeche
obeche de yeah when I carry a mistake also watch it
okay
moziki na ma IGP na IGP so da ma IGP no pomim so da ho Jordan no so ye bisan ma ono so ma dollar no no yin sidin so waje bribe so ye da no finam on the demo and the material kasa but I'll come to that one enyima minyim the magic but say inyipanyina dienti Atoforsen has been at the ministry before but I say
yeah
governing why you Bank of Ghana order but I say yeah so with experience what in it no hadwina why dwina there abaze na yere ya da mun kofizi anodaw was that die hin no wogi tumni fiansem na yanya akwanje ne biema abaze ye baye magana fu ehu there indeed in 2015 so wo mahe kwan na ncha ye bo 2016 na ncha 2017 ye che da ncha dem be bia ye du ye du ne da wanyendo inu wo basanya chire mfia wotwe mbotata se wasanya chire mfia wotwe nenya me na adom ye da Ghana fo ase mo wesi nyina Ghana fo no da ida ho aso Ghana nyi biara ose lebe koto abaze machimin da mo Ghana nyi nda bebia wo biara ndi saba na yesi ya da ho na se na won kwado na won fa adwene pa won bompai na nyansa ye koto aba na waka kire wo so nya no kwada woto aba na NDC baba ne ma wo batete won zamado eti bia na ante wanka
obom kan
da onsi dade ye boto aba na abani bi na obato azado
da bi enyima na ye bokodam ne ho kan
nti from 2025 dibisinde da mon kwafo na da MPP fo na da MPP group enwa MPP group wo branches ahoro dam branches nya so bi akitenizin ntanhwe ne ye inhu do ye MPP branch but o MPP branch dam branches na wo bo hu wo ye hu ikuukor na wakache Ghana fudo onsida da yeto aba na wo bato nzamado na 2025 bisinde Ghana nyi biare hu da wato nzamado dam govo kasa obite hu na nti samekacha odo by this time chodo ye hu fiar na nche wo sedem no gudu wo bompa ya de razi yankopon na abaze na aye ja wan yankopon di nkoma but still wan yakukudu ma adenete wan yakukudu ma enne wo san wo kasa Senche IMF nhyehyɛ or be seen na to the Ghana said oh baby ade bubo crazy che da yesane ye dan yet sino hen name kakra wo ma hia afi kro nka ho wo ma hia afi ebien nka ho ache da we to aba for research bia bo na wo sesi fo but then this happens on yanda because I am researching nazi kro hia kase wo menye there na MPP for Ghana fu won we apo wa batum that the only thing you can restore their faith in any democracy na ya one on there yabama we hu governance what henen samase yana promises ayabayen obaye ma oba powder enja baba nde ya kase say ehwe NDC promise that no na kind of baby do me ye wo there obisinde the so called civil society for na nche buna why a comparison of promises made in the elections and are those that have been fulfilled when given the opportunity. So by this time, I was started the workers. But in time of workers, what can now come here to Kwabena Ansah Hot?
No, I beg a kind name.
And to buy your permutations and other things. You have a pronounce okay acrobatics or young brother Kuno a simple one. Jack can know you belong to there. Ukija court to our Kaya gymnastics. You also Ukija court to our Kaya gymnastics and now 1 million beer for her baby. Say you won't at the module. Yeah. Into the gymnastics and be away than way. Did there be a 1 million can't cry? But then there first my sister Janet don't find come on there said then never again. But that I say, San can't just Janet to do okwa. Uncle J be casinos one while paying Krobata baby in there. Never again. Mati.
But I say, Nuruddin Kwabena Ansah and Mote Nekano or aspire to become the Central Regional Communications Officer of the NDC. And yes, who there and pa nkita who come up by Guayan Fraba, Guayan Fra, Guafuna for the mention, you keep Kusa Kotoka, small boy fast and cross road and Chakan and knocking it down. I said, no, can you find me any point? Anyway, it's the account. Imagine it. What's me fan crying now? What funny saying?
Me did. Me who say senya na okasano. Matie papa. Sa arrogance na MPP for ye Ghana for almost sorry inflation na ye calorie fare lorry fare ye government normal ya DSCC abibia ye boko Ghana for sere ye beka omusi emeyenka na ye nipa bonifo na Ghana for fa omu stu muti so omukosu amuye saatina ekosu MPP no ewo sa babio aba befa another political party ya entiasem nipa mu ka omunti she said no kasa about lorry fare and petrol sisia are reducing and lorry fare petrol has reduced omo cars they are benefiting now omo passengers they cried they have cried a lot that they are in trouble because this in what to call public vehicles see no taxes no omo keka ho instead say omo so be reduce prices not to allow the ordinary Ghanaian to benefit omo see omo reduce it now we a government now will buy what the this in policy about now will buy see there bill I am not benefiting from the policy you have brought. You've reduced fuel. Taxi drivers, truck drivers have refused to reduce their fares. Now we see media maye de meye we mo ye nipa bonifo na blah blah blah. Father owo to me please nyina hye wonsa bibia hye wonsa you have the power because you are not just anybody you are a socialist government that believes in the people. So as I say what measures are betima adiaba measures na betima bo say with the policy ba policy ni can go down to the downtrodden but with the policy ba nipa mo benefit omo kan we see there be ebi mu na wo ho omo ye the emfatamika about Maggie Cube obia obenua aduane bia wa Ghana omo use Maggi cube obia oto debi obia oto dwane obia oto aduane wo koto fried rice omo use Maggi cube bia obeto aduane bia na when the American say
anti obasa okasa obia oto aduane wa Ghana bia use Maggi cube
obia woto aduane hwe obi mo krampo enya Maggi cube the white no omo di ka ho hwe memma obi ntwa wontro obi a oton aduane say won pese won di Maggi cube don't buy food from outside do not buy food from outside inti ye kan sem na obi try to unity say nothing the whole of Ghana. Do you know the number of boxes of Maggi cubes that they bring into this country? You can see the boxes nearby because of one entera. Hey, Maggi cube boxes of Maggi cube are being heaped into our markets, and it's because people are buying it. So semikase Maggi cube no box ni 27 Ghana cedis. Sisi ya 40 Ghana cedis. Meanwhile dollar to cedi 11 cedi. You should be concerned. Say milk na first no 7 cedi 99 pesos 8 cedis and that is 8 cedi 50 pesos and nesa milk no omutong no 14 cedis a mpacho esese hu say no kre. Say me see a pack of what to cry nam na 300 sisi almost 400 meanwhile the cedi to the dollar has reduced esese hu say nsema me kanu I'm bringing all the prices from the market enye mitrimu ena midika enti dia mimi can say as a government say we a government it's true say wonka na obi mu hu die ade papa wo ye ena ye no kure say you have been able to reduce the dollar to cedi. So why is it so big or difficult for you to make sure that there is a trickle down effect in the market so that prices can reduce? Which one is your problem? What is the Ministry of Trade doing? You can about omo ye juma wo Ministry of Trade and all the branches and units there. What are they doing? No, what advice is he giving to government so the government betima ye die fata na Ghana for omo hu beto omo. Since that time now you see omo reduce prices petrol call down to how much 10 cedi omo see omo reduce it. Now you can about omo own cars in Ghana. Even you won't get 20% of Ghanaians having their own vehicles. They are using passenger vehicles. So at the end of the day, so how will price reduction now? Who do you benefit? Who benefited? Say you are trying to reduce the dollar to appreciate the cedi, and yet we are not seeing the value. At the end of the day, it has cost us 15.6 billion Ghana cedis. Me enemy ba nebe tuya sa sikano. So why yes did it go to the markets? Did it go to the banks? Who is the one benefiting? I'm not benefiting from it. At the end of the day, inti say tiha na ye kasa say some of these things that you are doing, it is not having any effect or trickle down. It's not having any trickle down effect. Debi amiti atu forcing, ena atu is forcing. Oye ne CD sane inflation na odia share a silver cap. Debi atu is forcing ene ne silver cap ena osua. Ukwa marketer nipa muntu ade o. Obia need marketer omuto hwe na mi be si market no ma frame me. Eye mi say ma hu ache. Me say adentra debio market obi look me come market me be fa ho no ma frame me mpacho ma mi ma hu ache me say wo mba market bio me say minisika eye ni kure me ne wo kase yi enye say me di agro wo ko Accra the number of people that you used to see there have reduced drastically omo nisika na enya 2,000 just omunisi omuti omufie wo lori fe na onifie wo lori fe a wudi be 1990 wo be yesa akrampo aka baby enti mini wo keseyi wo ko market a omo ton ade obi nto omo ade adentra ato force na reduce inflation and na alternate can so on sorry contract see alternate on sorry inflation be ko suru ama obi ahun aka say ato force 140 ye enti alternate inflation no so mini wu keseyi atu forcing otna inflation so atu forcing sorry so that sika beba to your contractors employ teachers nurses so that omo benye sika kodwoma kotonyema atu forcing say lie me nko bebia inti mini wu keseyi atu forcing is forcing with inflation but ekumkum nipa wiye wa Ghana but election 2028 wo ko wona hu ye men kan say maybe ya to kwan wo ye ni hobium because enewa hu ni pakro no o chena hu ni bium. We don't have money to even buy. It's food that people are now talking about. Obi nto wo nim na wo koye clothing business obi anto na when e wo sika odi kwato clothing. Now we are thinking of a butter and bread to save our lives, not this in dresses. Into ye car and yes say ya grow. You've done well by reducing the CD to the dollar to 11 CDs. Very, very well. But then force and make sure that it has a trickle down effect on the ordinary Ghanaian. Enwa na ede ekeo. Enwa
mate mera se wase enwa ena edia yeken anti mami Janet Nabila the leader of the People's National Party and wo etene kan on the wajiri say yes the NDC government is doing well but the emotions on sansun say and said that nyansu sanso bia wo woni a ewo fom no eso anti mijiri say woni ebeye ho ejuma but Mahmoud Kabore
Abeni Dedi ka mesre na Kwadwo abo video bi amaye.
Okay, Kwadwo. Ana woni edwedifo ma no ekodi enkomo yese crack me gina bo akokonum on se ma me fo na kan yo ma ne bebre a ne bo abafom Kabore afema metio
Onu ameda wase video abo yi senke free NDC headquarters ya Mega NDC fo na won bo won sanko na wosa na mum no we have been advised on this platform by Miami Janet Nabila.
Okay.
Say young credit Ghanaians with some respect. In doing so, no, you do not call Ghanaian market women who deliberately tells the story as it is. And you been a show mo. Said yet here, and you do now say a settings. A pre-recorded, a scripted. I believe that is the highest insult in our land, especially coming from a woman to a fellow woman. On the same standard benchmark, no, I think say I was a ononavu to no guide no more than we as a government. Let us you know. Opening condom pony the dance in Iwa Bruchri. Meti hai. Samedi nsuo gina manum ka kire na nanom se Ghana ayese sura himamu Ghana mana eto obi a shada so niema nyina ye pepepe a na me ne nanom andi ni ye but ye metimi dia kukuduru aka adanse ye taato ene se amana donko ani edam as early as December 2025 no we are out of that pit. Be anti-asie. Out of that pit. See. A real see Kubata Hodwanano EU. European Union said
European ambassador.
Your positive dive is surprising to them.
Osakra said this is the good time. I was a we investor over
Ghana.
Where EU ambassador to Ghana.
Now when you say it's not by accident. It's not by accident though. Is fueled by pragmatic leadership. That is why a reason in Ghana, a reason in Africa, when they are looking for 50 most impactful leaders, your mama makes the list. He makes the list. That is why Ghana is part of the 8th biggest economy in Africa. That is why and near many biashas who positive effects. Economy say and in the management. It say yadie by dakro peneba. By yari and kodakro. The debt to which the Akufo-Addo administration has sunk this country, no. You don't expect it to come out in 17 months. And the people who write love letters to Bobbie and Akufo-Addo should credit John Mahama for the hard work done. I don't hear that kind of credit down for and said down for grow. That point must be made and made forcefully. Men sentimentum neighbor. Udru cry for one young quanta. One more Juma pie minu. And as one no chibaire. And as one muchibo fruit. Under President Akufo-Addo do baby now muntimin chibo fruit. Because a gallon, 4 gallon, no, and 12 million, 30 million. Today, over quite number of fruit to look at the brie or come. We are rough not driver, no break a crab window when you know, one to be crowd or full when you know, both fruit really say, because I want to fool.
Yes, both.
And that's what I was telling them now, no say. Yeah, co born on a 2,587 no. A 1 gallon no 4. Under President Akufo-Addo, and also the 3,001 no. A 2.5. So sometimes a kitty we see and yet don't do over. But what I say? It's young canasa. Na ye bo Benifua Bassonia Casse. Oliver Twix will always ask for more. There is more room for improvement. Meaning there is more room for improvement. Obisani dia magi kipwa. Ye mboye homodi se magi kipu de baba tensi di amano. What I say? FM. Make a force. And I'm
chicken box. No, 300. You see, 400 Ghana cedis. Tomatoes.
It's not supported by the banks.
I didn't
drumstick at 320.
I didn't drumstick.
400.
Just this Idul Fitr. Just during this Idul Fitr, I did a package for Muslim communicators in Ashanti region. Akukwa Daka, we bought 280 cities. 280 cities. And I have the invoice on my phone. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves?
The highest is 340.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
The highest is 340.
National service for national service for now some go ask the price.
I used to buy the hard.
Me say my mommy Nabila say Yatiti petrol so yente lorry so is not borne by the fact. GPRT reduced car fare by 15% on May 2025. 15%. And 5%. And 3%. Why are we mixing the facts? Is it deliberate? And it's an oversight. If it's deliberate, let's stop it. If it's an oversight, let's pay attention to details. Because in governance, Adia Bakwe Hupa say, Ube Chani out disinformation. A market speculation, and that alone has an effect on an economy. Eti unimu amame kabi. Unimu so no asa da no wajai because enyo ma o ma bapa esu ne ne ban. Dey twa to. Aden yetimi at $, so. Ye yetimi agire ho at petrol so. Ye yetimi agire ho create the favorable economic climate. And young far bankwa makola market. Young far bankwa boso kan. Young far bank all the market and go shame man inside the money so. Meanwhile, has forgotten that we don't have a regulated market. It's a free market.
Sure.
Sometimes the best you can do is to go into engagement. You appeal. And I know that the how you can't be mamo. And then swat it out. Let's reason with the that is what we do. You can go and force Obi. The moment you have majority reasoning with you by looking at the data available as evidence, the few are no politics, will be forced to join because Obi and Kwabena will be. But it's not a matter of taking cane. It's not a matter of using gun. It's not a matter of going to arrest them. We don't have such economy. This is not an autocratic regime.
And that one, you change them on 2024.
But now you're back. Ye town no mom no ye fa appeal to the conscience of this market women and traders say you no ba bia na gina nra ye nyina ye jitu including Munyaba and Nabila Jitum, say, Yengina Hobium. If inflation is down, the city is down, petrol no akobano ya down one. And then yes, wait me be found. Every day you see videos on social media, and you're not to forward and by Rebu. You're not to forward from places where yet Ukodromwa, Sa Bayrani and Teso, Sa Binsni and Teso, Sa Bruni and Tes. Why? We must appeal to them and let them know the reality. Yes. It is not a time to blame government. Government finance of my economy. Favorable climate. That is the business of government. Individual and also the answer. You based on the climate now the amount knows why you the sena efata. They try to Bank of Ghana say 15 billion. You know so fast. Offer. Per the Bank of Ghana report. What has been the reduction in our national debt? Rate 10.87%. That's about 88 billion Ghana cedis of national debt. Not because we have gone to pay, just because of steady stability. Now, what the 15 billion? You have fat debt on Kwan, national debt reduction Kwan. What with the 15 billion? And yes, you say, "Ma, okay, what dear my so by 88 billion. The 15 billion, if you 88 billion, never can say." Then people should now be able to quantify that as benefit. There is a difference between cost-benefit analysis and cost-effective analysis. Cost-benefit, we are just looking at the monetary representations. Here we are talking, even in terms of inflation, even in terms of how many businesses have found survivor, even in terms of the space it has given to your external friends, reserves. All these things, now you have 15 billion. We see a national debt in is about 88 billion. Take free now the emphasis on my Janet. The year 2025. Oh, you've not read the report, you just look for just an interested point.
88 billion for the year 2025.
10.87% national debt reduction rate. It reduced by 10.87%. And that nominally, in terms of Sika, that's about 88 billion out of your national debt.
And send a report in the morning.
Senior, what are we doing to ourselves? It is here to me and Koda Ora Addison Asia. Near Betina Radio, so not your bonny dimbonia, ye bonia. Yet, me and Ora Mamma in the cabinet, I say. Near Betina Radio, so as usual. Yema boni bonia e bonia. Indeed, every opposition has a singular responsibility of constructively criticizing, not just for criticizing sake, constructively criticizing with facts, criticizing with data, and preferring alternative solutions.
That's Maggie one.
Nanti kwa wani yava zote Maggie. Eti bidia, madesi redia me de buy no. And then na pano ni full panel. Ntina me be interrupt omo. Masem ba ko pe na me de buy. Na penifo ma ka mechanic to na me je omusu amom. Masem me de buy nyina ne say. Owura Alhaji Dr. Bamudu Baumia. Justin Frimpong Kodua. Ewia Ghana fo bi a omo ye MPP fo ma. Wo mu bo mo krono and asema mi ken. So want to one more. I will lead all those aggrieved MPP members to the Supreme Court to seek an injunction against their polling station election. Senior, Owura Mamudu Baumia and Justin Frimpong Kodua kwatena dem. I see you got nomination form introduced by could be about 34 Ghana cedis. And no more nipa by 853,587 Ghanaians. Edru so mo kwa election dia. You say you disqualify obi adan nanu na kita Ken poster. Adan nanu na kita Lantre Martin poster. Adan nanu ye hu who NDC dance I say adan ukra he wani ma won ba mi asem adan wani mu say kabore dodo enunti look at what is happening over the country. For the first time branch election no one net police station election asem
akweti antokwa and say
you say sentiment me no ka say and then 3 days ya woni pam you no say kind because of police station election. Why? What is happening? And And you know all of this, Baumia has been able to raise about 30 million Ghana cedis, 300 billion.
Wow.
Now no more say military and refund these people money to them if you don't want them to contest. Say Baumia ne just from Poko the MPP 4 penny for and refunded these innocent Ghanaians. No fault of theirs by mistake. You don't know joining a party no. Omo for musika ma omo me Mahmoud Kabore. I will lead these aggrieved members to the Supreme Court, place injunction on the MPP police station till they refund them 30 million Ghana, 300 billion for my dear mom. Woman pet the two and petted one where your hinibia sem neither boring or roasting. For musika mom. And yes, sir, I will lead them to the Supreme Court. Refund their money if you don't want them to contest. Why? Political accountability, Nanunye. About 900,000 Ghanaians. Now, you say, "Oh, contest and count on forms of mom." What kind of life is that? This is a national security matter. They are stabbing Ghanaians. What's your family home? I am in government. National security issue. You can't be back where because Ghana is not safe. Because MPP is not safe. So if I now family if I now
nipa pray na ko hospital buy na e bo no ho ka hye no.
Openi Baumia Jackson from Bonkodi and MPP so refund these people's money to them. The 800,000 Ghanaians and over, if they don't want them to contest, or they will meet many Sankrofono in the Supreme Court. And
that was Mahmoud Kabore and Motene Kano. Or Kasama for Emma. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and Mavik. For Mike na meet you over 10 good minutes. Mame ain't you.
Me then me ba me de me nyom bae.
Okay.
Oh the asempa na bo. 24-hour economy. Oh the asempa na bo. 24-hour economy. Time aso. Ghana for about time. And then enije sem kese pa ba. If His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ho. Edi abagana mebru nyina ho. Enti oba time bia utie me. Se oba edi emfie du watching. Ekopem emfie du 35 years. Se ka no edu esanum. Ai. Na te say asempa ba. Asempa ba ene say 24-hour economy no. Se no alande. Na ba aba no eye kwan a aban enam kwan bebre so through digital training internships we need agriculture ho we need manufacturing ho to say we pharmaceutical industry and I say we chemicalization out me produce bibi de ma ho no na to say enije sem kese aba aban eba be ma sika between 5,000 Ghana cedis ekopim 500,000 and to say skano we were into creative arts and then we say ye mebru no dodo na ewo internet so I be a TikTok account omodi businesses enti sa jumeko no nyina no o qualify say onso onsabeka say sika ne bi na ode aso wasene na some of the agencies are eboama yetimi ede sa anwuadie no abre mebuno no ebi Ghana Enterprise Agency and na ebi so NIP de washase that was 3 weeks ago yeah CEO for NIP a publication it say over 3,000 people, over 3,000 youth, ya mom startup capitals between 5,000, 10,000 to 30,000 or more dodona a day a share a jumemo. We are sempa. You see, these are some of the things that me as a political communicator no. Se minya kwenya na se me bashu swa. Me pese me project. If you say a juma na ye no and I say Excellency John Dramani Mahama juma die na ye dia mano no. Oba ye wa pam na bedwafo e na oni omu eye juma no. Na de eye enije wo ho ne say they move at speed papa no on now on that so we will say Excellency John Dramani Mahama wa arrest ya na just wo man who 48 hours or the air home but eno echi no even within that 48 hours no kwa no oje ahoho eni nkofo mo wa consensus omo nso pese omo hu ne ne de edi sankita ho no na just say ahome kwa onye de onhome bi and you know this is a man who is working very hard and he's showing leadership bia just say ebro adwen eni ntiase so Nessa says Excellency John Dramani Mahama enam kromum pa. Ni ono so eto nsompo etimi de ye ne ho ahonho ase. Ono so timi nya akwanya ne president etimi twa picture selfie. Na ono so di bia hede ato ne phone so. And this is the leader that we have always prayed for. Leader owo ahobrase, leader owo odo enetema. And asema de bia meka che Ghana for ne say enam tema ya papa wonti no. He will never fail Ghanaians. Wasanswa sheyebo say until say Ghana the nidaso any suade hu na ode to krata so ye the manifesto no until say obe complete no na te say enya ade a oye den say emre no enkonkodru sa amre no by the time I all take it off no na te say promise oye ma Ghana fo nyina no na wadi so and we are sempa into 24-hour economy ni ma me papa utie me na se wo obebunu between the ages of 18 to 35 years Mr. Bomodin na encourage no na on portals ne so ye wo 24-hour economy na nkasa portal e wo ho a no so betimi akọ na wakọ akọhwe na wetimi aye de obeye afen so no on getting in touch with the district no okwa ye wo Ghana Enterprise Agency office wo ho okwa ho so ye wo youth employment agency okwa under the director of the youth employment no okwa ho no ma ono na adwumara ehye na se a obetimi aboawo se ne be ya ne open no onsa obetimi aka na ye nuaba Janet ende dem se ye nyina no ye educating no kakra woni ma bi ho na ade ba kwa no there be
education where
there be me educating
NDT education me be mu NDT
education e na mo setting say ye ti hey o se oto anwa 700 odomi e ma me ama friend domi distributor odomi me friend domi distributor money
nim ne pakro no dia me I don't believe it until I go and see I
70 Ghana
call na we ye no
call na me ye no nipa no distributor na ne shop no ye friend no akoko God Lives Enterprise
ma Jane ono kasai
ai me ne kasai
ono kasai
there be me nim ne pakro no me bisa no say me hu no da me catch ne say ansa na me believe this I mean back when I mean be sure. Enti you can sit here and say things. No the kaskasa and I make catch you say. Yeah, see me so met ma
direction. Wama direction enti be paucho asema ye ke me the madance ye ne say. So we do domi marketer right opposite opportunity international no. Right opposite no. Me paucho obetimi afa ho. Na yes. I opportunity no opportunity. Yeah, opportunity opposite. No, your friend no. I God Lives Enterprise. Otomo tin tomatoes near there. Obisa say. Me pacho ai obi ye wache. Ene eyiwo enwa emo so eka ho. Na ye kasa no obisa sister Janet asem no. Sister Janet bisa say fried oil so ye saying. Eno say fried oil 570. And normal oil no 520. Enti me pacho obi biara utie me no sister Janet say oto na nwa e wo domi market e 700 Ghana cedis nanso domi market to no ye ton anwa 570 Ghana cedis fried oil and a normal kofo gallon no and so e 520 normal oil fofra enye fried oil no e 520 and a fried oil kofo gallon e 570 me pamocho mo yen hye ne so na minim say the former be so tie me and omoni me be ya adwen pa
na san to the former for say one year you money no amount so
endo de no kre oba me constituency a eya na sometimes eya say oba besia wako makola anase wako domi akodidwa na all bubu na nwa na all ton na because hoye East Legon ti no na wa yire bo no so eya sa na munkai say within the East Legon enclave no ye won nipa bi a omo ye within a omo so omo nya skafo e bi kra de oye house up kra wo sikani bi fie na so no adi ni dwaye den enwa na aduane enti say nipa ne ba na obeto anwa na wa yire so a oye den no watobi na ono so de akwa na aduane East Legon ha so ye wo peri urban communities bi within the East Legon udu motorway baby bush canteen esi ni food joint no udu ha ye wo nkofo so a omo take kiosk mu around those surrounding areas no friend saying apartment aye sis wo islegon hoi udu hon so aye wo nkofo a omo so te ho a omo so eye omo ala kakra e wo honom. Those people are also Ghanaians, omo ye citizens eno so ye se hwe se na be ya motete mo ne so a ebetimi ato am na contentem se na be obetimi asan kọ wakwakoto if you Bible cracker say mfaso dodo bebre de to niam so ne enye eyebone enti ne se wo ton ade na se wo ye obatan obi wo ha nwo no kra wo ton wa fremu wo de color san wo no owia no asan ton na boarding e de ama wo ni nyina no wo ye muslim ni wo ye muslima christian a e wo se wo se eyebone nsusuanso e wo ho e de ma wo enti yen hwe sa ne maninti na ye ton ade no anase aban ne te niam so a ye nte so trotro driver ya te boso GPRTU say ye nte so 15%. Follow the 15% no na ye wo dwuma no kakakakra Memfa akwadron fanka ho ene most of the boys na aba youth no obu ho no ma na wakonom eniema bi ebetimi ama ne ho behenha no anase bia ebetimi ama na ye adwuma na kọ se ne like ebe bro time a oye no so yes with time na ma oye week nti akoba ne sa na they are trying to work to close the friend is saying omo profit gap no don't make fun to passenger no so hono eye wo no wusini tombi na ama na ba ne sa emfa o how ne to passenger so say if you hear adwuma na wo bra to me na fa car no so e boss pay e ma obi no no so nkonkoye oba obeje o percentage ye den e wo mu say a day kra na so mo ye no 24-hour economy His Excellency John Dramani mama dia be no en check kra no you GPR to you for nyina no will subscribe to it because you be more conducive atmosphere with good lighting system and security betimi operate within the 24-hour economy framework no and when that happens no wo car baako car dey fell car ho ne say car wo service na wo ye de wo say ya ono obetimi atu kwan sa obetimi anante for several hours several days ne ho touch me bia de hia ne say the servicing time do na wakwa ye o servicing edu maintenance na wakwa ye o maintenance wo ye sa ne mani nyina wi kai se car ne betimi de wakọ empempenso wo be se odeko na mo fa car no mbo spare se ne be ya car ne pakisi ho no na se driver ho obetwa otua percentage bi de mawa eno so boa ma otimi eden e de ko wenim na enso entimi mboa na se ne be ya ban so hyehyɛ na ode ato ho no ye nyina betimi nya so emfaso ye de ama oman no akonanim Ghana fonya areshemu say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the nation builder osi ade yo oka oye abebio wamba se obegu nanim ase o waba se oba beja legacy e de ato ho ama mimi ni wumienu se ne be ya nie obaba be die kira na se ne obaba be fa entuma no bebia obeye adu no se nipa no so no ofa adwumadie ne be ye easy e de amano na ama ayeyi ama menso mene wumienu nyina enti ne Ghana be ye o Ghana ye na eba be ye asin se ne etie no big pusher ene e wo honom ene wutu kwan a na wo hwe speed a ye de ye adwuma e wo kwan so a e fe keke yesan so aka road minister asan aka say wa wo area bia mpotemu bia ye big push se wo se contractor that 3 days na se obi any site a omo di toll free numbers to ho free wo de se wo free radio station bia ben wo show bia ekoso a na se onsaka omo number free omo nefa report no eto na hwe se ye ndi hujuma within the shortest possible time no contractor no onko site no Ghana ayeye and it's going to be a place within the next shortest possible time and you see the entire na we can say Ghana ayeye ni say one say investors aya no mu free amono ne ba ebe ye adwuma wo krom hase no empempi no ade ana oya wo hwe ne say they look at the distance and I say the future omo hwe akwan to say is Legon say emra na omo ba be ye interchange no a lot of people started so omo ko omo jijiji insase ewo police station lane so omo started so omo peja air stores within the time ye kwan wie ya na stores nso aye den ehuri gina ho enne se wutu kwan na wokọ baby a big push ni emeko na wokọ hwe amanfo a emani abre omo to top properties wo ho no factories ahodo emuvi a omo sisi omo hye omo factories ase any industries are springing up in those areas say esewoni ensa okachire enu kire say they have seen the development, they have seen beyond the miminu mi no yeden ehu na dia fe ne say sa akwan no omuye wie na factory so wo ho a enobaye no baby ebe free no embra no na say ya refine the ebe refine wo ntenya afei na ye be san akwa cracking tomatoes na ye die free amonane e de aba ya kaka magi e de aba magi no kwa dodo na ye wa ha sei enti no so you see sister Jane magi no enche beti ye beti so ama wo enche beti magi so ama na wait me da no. You see, so the development aspect of our country no make kan wasem no and be na mama example no industries are a movie to the cocoa roads areas any if any saying developmental areas any if any saying tree crop baby enye tree crop and no western offer e kwan no ye guso contractors guso 24 hours ye kwan western north and western north is one of the places Ghana ye nya ye no ba ye tree crop ye nya eso fa so bebre e di free enti ennya me ye yadom na se kwan ye di tuma o so hu say Ghana de ha no aye krabe sha ne sa enti Ghana for Sister Janet say also person di president but can say in by 2073 nyame be wadoma obedi president no na say Ghana ha say no NDC 2073 obedi president na say Ghana aye te say abrochire
2029 na ye be
Ghana yes say abrochire yes by 2073 na Ghana ye e ma che say de ebe ya kwa behye e ma wadwuma no ebe koso e de ama wo enti no be me na ai me da se pa se me so benya akwanya
me say some e bre ni biem na wo de abana me wo say ne am
Ghana wa we
na Ghana for be hu ye no ma vote ama
H plus
plus.gov.gh 24
okay
24 Sir Janet Wamba program on ida uma ye chere Sir Janet Wamba da muko yi anto website pa what I know one can apply pa za oh wa hwe I'm here Ghana Maggie president Mr. I am fast Maggie president
of course okay and you say I 24
yes
and H in a small letter .gov.gh
24 H small letter plus
okay 24 small letter plus
yes
and plus ne plus
yes please
okay
.gov.gh but you're trying to have your paper number Mr. Janet now yeah from this time going you're money there every show be able to be on try there about the more part-timer Ghana mebunun and there Ghana mebunun no age range no
yes
35 no I say
yeah
so from that period 19 I had there pay ejuma
exactly
say you
yeah
say ejuma sabi nzama na boya zan danum pa ibutuma ato
yes
na say ejuma
intum
mpachata
yeah
sabi ya batina hey yana suzi kasa oda hena do yin ma abani ayen yanka mpachata ase nti onu pe onu imo oda modo pastor sister Janet said na how kase ye magi na musume do okay magi no onye nkwafo nyina wo Ghana ha na wo pe magi because there's no way back the butu as magi is abo apese obi anyi ho oze magi dis ufufu mpachata ase but they won kwafo ho a so yaza
nkwan no na magi enya dedwane no
I MPP nkrobata no we use magi no nkrobata horo no e branches I want to we use magi sin bebre na but no call woman ye there say magi ni na use a sanche okay tomatoes mpa tomatoes atase
yeah
aha ankan no eje ono na ekeka magi na msudo ono say kan ye wazi bi so ho a abani bayi no do atso na the man's na no do atso won ono kan krofem pim na wona wodi magi na we se won obi ho nyi magi na o mbe no obi ho nyi bia de we zi banaze magi na ezi ya na o mbe no onto nti say MPP fu won waji magi ho ya wan asama ɛna wɔn branches nso wɔn krobata ahoro wɔn ɛwa wɔyɛ technicalist krobata sɛ ahosuo wɔn yɛ gye ho a ɔyɛ fine but you people should be interested in the basic things sɛ wɔato petrol do na petrol no ho abanfɔso a mobi a ɛsɛ mfaso no kama car owners na drivers no ntete wɔn ndaba no do ɔno so aban agbakaw sɛ aban ne brɛ ade bi ɔdɔ yɛ bia ɔdɔ ɔyɛ na ndama no bu ba fam sɛ ɔdu dɛ ndama no ba fam na ma ankwankora wɔkra ndama no ahoso wɔn tete wɔn dze no na wɔn te wo do a aban no wɔyɛ amfom wotum gya no wɔtoto abeti aban a aba they the way no one my politics na ya tete kaka because in the first place in say obey aban no badon nzema na ye bo Ghana fa no ho bada ye ba ma wa yambre wa ma hon so the man nzema ni na rekosor nche butuma aka da wo bo abor mebe kan bi butuma aka yes but in this case no there are visible changes that things that you can see as when you are is when it clear that nzema na asesa. And even on this table, yet in HCCI. You know, Sister Janet admitted that the man indeed a man wired and why be. It is a man why be not say one to Magida, one order banana pay. A man will create the enabling environment. My in with that inflation about what I can't Canadian how now. Canadian Japan. When you feel as some of Kenya, I say, on you taking you be in your business. Okra nzama yeah otu esika ne bi tamu su do kutu esika nan kayen onam damo papa ya wo so ya economy mazai na membu mo ebeye eninti sika na waka do kutu no ye waso asem we sika no wetu no nti sende obi soba na damo sika na sabe to feche no to yekuman second day Japan na saka na za obutu we gina bebi na waka da ban wa agba obutu we gina bebi no we jadamazina because only he is not importing Maggie. The things that he imports, that means the inflation am why than wabafum. But why? Commander, on how that in Ghana, you do time beer, you need inflation unprecedented in the Fourth Republic, or could do 54%. On how? So the monk of no what's why as a pa. Yaman some mahon, in baby was by we fee 54, now was about 23. I want one of them. Meanwhile, was a bit on and on your 23. And at any point in time, say act to Abba Mobi. Number one to the man says Sanaba. No matter how small it is, appreciate it. Because we'll be on your Kakaba as a one. On your Casa as a bama. Now, so I the Mazi in our way, we inflation alcohol. As on your because Maggie no boyasm. Say interest rate above as a no Maggie no yama can no boyasm. Say even that what? And and Namasoka home. And Namaso no say I'm a sample fraba. Because okay, I'm okay, and there. Also, I won't put some market to be a taza. Ning answer no boyasm. That the man, you hear do what you know, quite market to be a go. Because we should be interested in where Sister Janet buy her things.
Yes. Also be interested in what the NDC people in the market are selling. You are telling me your NDC member is selling.
Me problem there because in Panayana Casa ni ana mo hwe. What ni twawo. I'm so me sabi boy be my company bi. Company so eziba na won ya watanwa. Ntangwe no bu ya sister fro we offer obi more my engine to me. Yet in here, I am Ekedo, I am sorry because Moto MPP because it has happened before. In the year 2001, President Kofoba Benjamin MPP for maybe the name of business no quite. I'm so careful one can't change them what happened to Namado. Yes. Do you know the import of that? Ochade, Abano no wadon what you say nyimpi enye bill. What to tun zamanabu. Nti sende Mobi kada watu no zirundumpo MPP for said dabi. Anwo hono store no boyezen. Ikobi wo mukromo. Abibi nkofo kotazo. What azen na impa na kacha onda mancha anwa na wokoso wa abato de oyezu ayaza. I see. Etasa. Anwa na wokoto wa abanda oyezu ayaza. Nti se wa twaze ne buma. Onfa ndamara. If you have people like this. No, I want to walk board the young woman here. That's a bit of a China there. You should be interested. Even today, Kesika Oko big push them. Yes. For MPP, some Maggie no boy big push on the baby. Can you imagine? So tomatoes no boy azana. Also do here because we so happy for tomatoes in Aban. What's a cranning yet? In determining the price of that commodity, Mpakono Shakwano. This is the way they are about why we sat in this country and what catch here there. Year of road 1, year of road 2, 2025, and a year of road to wake in. Say, well, so as I hear arrogant. Arrogance, I hear there be a Yaka Jow there, never Adibu or no back from our fetting, but don't use Maggie. And can't Maggie know what was the safe Maggie. Also, the for faith, I mean, finance, on a Yaka Wasam. But you should also be interested. Naked Ghana far would say there. I'm part because I guess an intimate can ye. Catch on that, I'm part there, and some banana walk of foam. No more unquam crowns what on Azen. More share one a profit. More share for so will be yen baby. No one was 1 meeting, Ghana for so halfway. A down in there can't a done was some more. Sir, unquam crowd was some one of them. So all the baby now wants to do, one for so winning, walk, Kumaka crack, and a woman before Maka. Because in there, cement told the baby no more than 100 Ghana. Oh, yes, sure. This is I've been be about my cement, and about if them 100 now before. But that's it. But Maggie Inco foam in Taban and Yappy. I know rot baby, Sunny. Why before? But today, because Maggie no Yaman can I and them on before in Taban and Yappy. But that's it. Baby, inflation and Cassin Sunny in the one before single digit. To the MPP on Kwabena branches and once something there. Magina Sabu and Nam and Malcolm Bufum in Tabana Yapi. Into some Macadamazamia. Now guns in here. Now guns in there. Sabu Tafete, if for baby they are to know. Until on this table. So what's important, one? That mammy, until I am no quite the inflation now before ma. Not on can change the no. So the government is doing well. Into the government is doing well. Nasa I want what on other now once one the mother. Government and non from an onion here. Into yes, sir, if you have senior, I'm telling you. Only as all day as a sir. Not that I yet in a hignara. On man Ghana, no can cock the numpum too. On one some yaka. But the ones who do to that man no why and now for me. Na bibi akwa lock baby but why che nyim kan no na wash control price. Yeah. Okay. Mama not to pan. Nti isam na rank sen before was baban. Wa locate dey bia wa mo kotokwa ebie. Ya ba foto pan won anade isam na PDC fo wogina hia nchan. Ya foto pan won. Ya bo pan won na scale a ye use wogina ho bi wo hwa ma ye ni nyinara. Yato pan no wie na yar botana awan na woba na obi gina ho na woton na obi anazekọ da me ho na wose da yankwan da me gina bi na yankwan aba no mfa nkrofo na wonki je market there boton na ana import wonzama aba no wo police fa wo gina ho wo hwe da me import kase eba na botona men ton na abozan so do magana fo is it possible no in this modern Ghana is it possible they between Adamazi baby, I do is a bay. See, I'm employing comfort. See, I'm a politician who cost a cafe. Oh, no, and tomatoes and Magina, as I know. Wama, I tell them, I tell I do mean area, but Magina buyers into which many higher zero. It doesn't make it sound good. But I'm sure there's a Janet. Or now we also are 24-hour economy. I don't know yet. I don't know what can happen. But my new message MPP for someone down from brain. But hey, sorry, my new branch and Kwabena me we will feel but we too no so I can there. Me bunu ha from it because me bunu mu nyadwuma ya it key.
Mate brother Nuruddin Kwabena Ansah and Yate Nenkano anti the people of Central Region Elmina Mankasim Commander my child is all crying Kruma.
Oh, okay. No, when you're so fun. No,
not crying. That's not child no man.
That's right.
No child no man. I said
I'm for JJ.
No, chance I'm before I be Kufinakwa.
Oh, okay.
That's one I'm going to blanks and no order.
Oh, okay.
One car can delegate to local post in the 1-to-1 farmer because he's a good communicator. Actually, I tried to create one. I'm sure.
My education student.
My Janet. Mommy too.
Me sad, Papa. Very, very sad. Because Debbie, me see sad. Me see sad. No. Me very sad. Say, obi wa government na sisi adie on kasa adikitu abiumo. Iron rods. Sikafo neto iron rods.
Can you imagine?
Sikafo neto cement and iron rods. Wo a wonni sika wo be didi wo be kwakwato cement na iron rods. Wo di cement na iron rods die. Cement ne iron rods. Wo di ye die. Enti sikafuo mine mu kese sikafuo eneto cement ne iron rods. Wo di be Dadio ena ohiafuo
okase
sikafuo neto iron rods ena obi a wo didi ami a wo sika o di be si dan
me meti hai abi me ye project kuma bi ofie me here 2 bags of cement and it be iron rod by 4 na me dey ejuma na I can buy it because me ejuma I have the means to buy that does that make me sikeni
that one na wo koto ya enu ye cheap no as compared to eduane a wodi ne de bia is compulsory. Eduane dia we are eating to do what? To live so that we will not die. Dear Mimi can say.
The question I'm asking is that
if somebody is downplaying,
you must say no. Dear Mimi say me to cement 3 bags. Which I can afford. Yeah. To iron rod by say be 5. I know so me afford. And only make me sikeni ana.
Debi dear me can say wo koto enu wo to ne debi ana wo to ne ole da ko back.
Me turn out when me project.
Very well. See eduane dear wo to ne wo di ne debi so we constantly on daily basis buy food. This now wo koto iron rods and nenkwa na debi wo to eduane and eduane prices is very expensive. So iron rod now we got to for no. It means nothing. Do you understand? It doesn't like what I'm saying is that look, to downplay say nyema our market this in the prices kept on rising. And a woo chire me a particular market a me corner or honey price in a way. And a missy share me come marketer. I cannot go to the market and be asking when we NDC for Mudia see has a low prices. Yeah, if you
even know exactly.
So but the me can say ebeba say me come market akoto nyema and as see the me share NDC for this stores are NDC for omunim say omuton cheap prices. So as I say me come market bia this me ton me frɛ obi a oye NDC ni a obe kire me mpacho mi koto jeni no say mpacho ko hanmo would the meka no. So all what me I'm saying is that when it switch the NDC they will tell you a sweet NDC for Mbeka say Ghana is a free market economy. A sweet multi the okoye no the okaye na a free market economy price flow na MPA for the buy and no free hifa. Eba muankasa like put a pressure on Ghanaians. That one you will put a price floor and say that you can sell it at 16, 13. Don't go below 13. This is our price. but a base will be catch the Ghana for say your prices are expensive, do this and this. At that one day, Ghana, how can government be interfering in prices? No, the government, we are running a free market economy. See, there be running free market economy. Eba say price floor. If I hear free market economy so. MPA the price floor no buy no. Me be some say MPA the price floor no buy no. There be any deregulation. The price floor buy say bibi petrol ye 13 na. We bet him atong no 13 no, but won't mean tong no 12. And no, controlling the market. Then me can say, but please, me pay hypocrisy. Dear me can say, me pay hypocrisy. And me say, and this for mu ya done hypocrites. That's what I'm saying. You can raise prices for Ghanaians, but you don't want to reduce. When they talk about reduction, Ghana is a free market economy. The president cannot come and tell people that they should reduce their prices. Yet the president is sat there and allowed them to increase petrol prices and said,
we are deviating from the argument. Who I mean, that's a whole conversation on it.
Who said they can't take it?
Oh no, not that.
They can't take it. Incoming 2028 and 28 we will win 2028 and I'll take over in 2029. So yes.
And you have what other assurance Ghana for to Abraham.
Na Ghana for to mamia when obet intro for now where mami me background on the 24-hour economy. Oh, Ghana for bread. Obi di 24-hour economy about what catchere said 24-hour economy is about 3 shifts. Or see oba obi mu be ye juma our ministry so in government sector. Obi mu ye juma napa, obi mu ye wia and obi mu anajo and omu defining the meaning of the 3 shifts. Today our mobile into power no. I change it. Sisi amisi muma de loans to entrepreneurs. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Inti muma between what is it between the ages of what 18 to 35 years. Omu loans ama de akwakwa ye juma. Women's Bank amu promise Ghana for ma ye juma our market. Say mube Ghana for mu ma omu wo ejuma mu dadao. And now there is a historical antecedents to show say the women of Ghana they pay this in loans more than men. They know. Then you promise us that please. You wanted to say something.
Say ni nyina no e kan government policy omu role ni nyina e ba kakra say ba ko na be 24-hour economy e manifesto no e na si omu dia ba
na
Women's Bank ni say no so e ron so e ba
24-hour economy man mo they have experience already. They just need money to add to the one that they have to do their businesses. Then muntimi aye no mo sorry almost after 17 months of being in power whereby see we see we be man nipa mo loans and as loan now almost on be man almost we be go school first and am kai krada no almost it's not like you be almost you will register and they will give you a training.
What is the training about?
That the training is about the jobs. Listen, I tell me what is the training? Tell me what are they going to do?
What most of the loans require as a market women. Most of these donors walk them through certain.
So a donor na dim sikaniba.
I just give an
example. Share Oma Jimmy time nina. Many who can say. We don't even know where they are going to get that huge amounts of money from. I heard that they said they will get it from. They will get a ADB national investment, but where? That's where they are going to get the money from. To me, this one is a Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme. And I say it with all honesty. Ombe deceive oma di ma school ho no mu ama oma bra gu kwa. We say omo see oma 1,000 Ghana cedis loans to entrepreneur NEP. Is it NEP or what is the name? 1,000 people. Almost see oma 3,000 people. Who is name say Enyanukure?
But have you gone there to check?
No, you are a journalist. You are a journalist. Do you know the people that they have given their loans to? I am asking you. Look, I have somebody. Me 2,500 people almost fire in the group almost to 16.
Hi, Rosalind Ama. Your account so has been credited with 5,000 cedis. From NEIP Ejumewura. Yes.
The 3,000 almost can you know. It's a same moon. A party member. All right,
my Jane, may say now, may your microphones are off. My microphone. Mavik, Mamiti, your microphone is on.
Misuse of that.
Mami too.
Me person me educated sister Janet Kafa. You see, with the 24-hour economy, you see, it's very simple. You see, the framework, is such that you're rolling out in phases. Where this the youth framework you're rolling out. Yeah, they are bois and mebunu. Oko industry and kasaswa. Yeah, and also dear wo. Any award dear or one kasanso 24-hour economy na invite industries. So almost brand as a company so almost 24-hour economy services, security services no. So be honoma obetima ba ban ho no nya ban be din kita ho. Say me run 24-hour security agency. So I will employ the youth. Na me de omato so. Say ne be ya aban ne betimi asoma sene. Na ya ma no waiver. Na ne ya ma no tax. Ai, ne ya ma no tax waiver. Ya ma no tax waiver. Aha. Ai ti ya ma no tax waiver na. Na che say or the tax waiver no. Etimi e de emfaso ni bi. E de atua mabunu na wa employ wo mo no. Afen so ye wo de e ya aban agencies nso. Omo so ya stress omumbra Omumbe Enroli, the 24-hour economy Nankasano, the secretariat has reached out to state government enterprises, any JVCs, so Omumbrambe Enroli on it. Senebeya, if they need the 24-hour economy support now, they will also provide it for them. Senebe Ombetimi fa the employment, to be able to cap the 133 Formula 133 policy now, the buy in the 24-hour economy Not to say and also Ometimi Abwa. No. There abine yen say every institution piano omo de rep bi ebe ko honom se ne be ya oni abine be di nkita ho na ometimi e de aboa na ne omo pe no omo saka. You see one thing that yen nyina wo say yete ase ne say Ghana hana ye wo no his excellency John Amani Maame yen ebe ebi mu de enye ebi mu so de but ni nyina achi no de anim say de oman no be bia e no ene ya exit IMF. Good news and aba. And now it tells you that we have that financial independence as a nation to be able to help this country to grow. And His Excellency John Ramani Mama will ensure. So within the next 2 years, Ghana, yebefa yentuma papa ediefra.
Okay, thanks so much for your time. Start out, can you find Akoko God Lives? Akoko God Lives. Akoko God Lives Enterprise. No OTA, no OTA. Mammy, me take Kwabena to meba ho. Or china meba ho. Why? Or china meba market. China, we are not china. Yeah, me know I go around the market. Why? So that you better make your proper data. Yes. You let me finish. I'm coming. Let me finish. But we said next 2029. You own a boy man Penino. Yes. Incoming president. Interesting. Anyway, we say that we say production team led by Kwame Kwache, Hannah Mouse. And I feel Kojo and Chroma. It has been a wonderful show, very interactive. And we saw the city woman, a woman. Yet it's similar no Sia Cassia Bonnet at the Abreu and Enumerate. Make out so channel apart from 6 to 10 a.m. A best sound swab the extended version of the Citizen Show here the Abreu. What's Mahmoud Kabor and Kawa Kasai, Madam Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. Samsung, what team you know, Dean Kwabena Ansah one on air incoming NDC Central Regional Communications Officer. Yamuntu Abana Enfa Emano. Sanso Enama Janet Nabila, leader of the People's National Party. What you say 2028 about no be winning Ababe, the president of Ghana. And Afe Mote, the women's organizer for NDCL Ayawaso West Wagon constituency, Madame Victoria Naima Abdullahi. Omo enemy omo edijumano. Ebi so me ametena show you so am I edijumedi de brem. The female sa Okrana the Black Kofa. Metime man na Kwabena Bobbie Ansah na fe na Otu Dakon aspiring Deputy National Communications Officer of the NDC. Once again, I'm confirming so crown. Ochina Munsha and I for Jumedi Akano, Jeff Famno Yame, and say Nenim and Show Yakramunina.